Hello, pre-notification gang. Sending a quick text message. Thanks to the Prime. JHS. The new Veritasium video on bowling balls was interesting. I believe it. Thanks to the resub rip. No, still haven't seen Squid Game. Nope, haven't seen Visions yet either. More Slap Mountain tonight? Maybe. I might wait till I get a couple more episodes. There is no more garbage trucks. We finished every garbage truck video ever made. Thanks to resub Weeb Gamer. And the resub Big Boy Baphomet. You hear about Dog the Bounty Hunter? He got 911 called on him. Last I heard, he was trying to track down Brian, whatever the fuck his name is, Brian Laundrie or whatever. The guy from the Gabby Petito case. Did he get mistaken for Brian or something? He's the Prime BWJ. I'm not watching unusual memes. What a horrible idea. Thanks to the resub Ramon. For loitering on Brian's family's property. Well, that does sound like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Thanks to resub Koopa. And the Bits Last Ninja and Psych Gamer. Yeah, of course I've seen How Far Is Tattoo Far. Thanks to resub Saturn. And the resub Cornelius. Corey Feldman on Howard Stern. Thanks to the 5 gift subs Gypsy. It certainly doesn't sound that fun, but you know what? Let's run it. Whoops. All right. Oh, it's this.
This is a brand new song. What's this song about?
The song is about, it's called What Up With Youth, and it's about what's
This
up with
one's-
the youth in America
it's
today,
alright.
gang violence, drugs, and that kind of thing, trying to
Maybe
make the
tier
world
1
a better
Laser
place.
Puma,
Hey, I
and the
can
resub
relate to
Wiffle,
that, for
J
sure.
Cash Retro,
Let me tell you something, man.
and
I'm not
Red
kidding.
God.
I really think that's good for the youth, you know?
You wrote this yourself?
Check it out.
It just kind of slaps. Exit tier 1 Dr. Spring, the resub Seabout. Yeah, I remember that from a long time ago. Thanks to the resub Edgelord, Alterial, and Kit Kat. Corey Feldman now has the Angels. I think it's Feldman and the Angels. They sing like Go. Stuff like that. Thanks to the resub Echo Soldier. And the bits Fishy. Thanks Echo and Seabout. That was wholesome. And the resub Spectre. And the resub Occasionally Spoonerism and gift sub Psychorink. Oh, thanks to the Prime Going Berserk. And the resub Psychorink. And the resub Charlie Link. Oh, Charlink. I see it. I don't know if we'll watch. I don't know if we'll watch Slap Mountain tonight. Like I said, I think I want to wait for them to get a few more episodes. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Rocky. Have you heard of the Cleveland Clinic X-ray incident? No, I have not. Thanks to the gift sub, Tuna, and the resub Iskul, and the resub Dan Man. Nope, can't say I've ever done that, Daniel. Whew. Thanks to the resub, James Harden. New Overwatch 2 stuff. Nope, I'll check it out. Let's see. The official Bastion rework. Oh my fucking god. Is it big? Here's a tier 1, hey that's
Bastion
my beer, and the Prime
getting
Popping,
a
and resub
big
By
rework
God
for
and
Overwatch
Edgar.
2, and the team is really excited.
Stand out. Bastion's ability is just gone. Instead, he now has a brand new ability that's bound to alternate fire. This ability fires a projectile that can bounce off
Man,
walls.
even just looking at
fire,
this game just
and does
doesn't
a ton
look
of
fun.
damage, has a really big radius, and it's super fun to fire.
God
His
damn.
recon form weapon has changed significantly as well. It now has no spread at all, but has reduced fire rate to compensate. This lets him poke at much longer ranges and play a little more like a pseudo
Here's a tier 1,
kind of like his
resub
recon
Rangeroo.
form theme is always kind of meant to be.
And the resub Venus,
For his
Gunch,
ultimate, they
BKF,
completely changed
Down
it up.
Ladder, and tier 1
No longer
Rocky is
has
my
this
pet
tank
rock.
mode. He instead goes into a new artillery mode.
And the gift sub Onasty and tier 1
You
Kulu.
then get to choose 3 points to call down an artillery strike anywhere on the map within
Whoa.
the ability's timer.
Now finally, something we think you'll all be excited about. While in Sentry form, Bastion can now move, albeit at a reduced movement speed.
Wow.
We've also changed the ability to have a cooldown now. This lets us keep it super strong since you can't use it all the time.
Overwatch is back. Let's go. Well, I couldn't give a fuck less. I'll try it though. It'll probably come out like mid next year, right? So that'll be just in time for my annual Overwatch checkup. Thanks to resub Turbo Killer, Aussie, and Hayden. Have I seen the... Yeah, I've seen the Lamb trailer. Thanks to the Bits Whale, and thanks to the kind words. Yeah, Squid Game does seem good. I just haven't watched it yet. Thanks to the resub Big Boy Bob the Builder and Cool Max. Mario Kaizo. I know what that is. There's no way I'd ever complete that. It's way too hard. The Curious Case of Aiden Ross. Sounds like a Harry Potter book. What is it? So it's a video essay on the history of Aiden Ross. Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Lizard. And the Prime Cryptastic and the Bits Pencil. I don't really want to watch that. I'm sure it's a good look at it, but I just really, I don't think I could stand 21 minutes of watching Aiden Ross, like, highlights. Thanks to the 10 gift subs, Tim Drexler. Good to see you, man. And thanks to the resub, Big Quack. The rubber chicken exhaust mod. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. This is when they just stick it on the back of a car and it goes wild, kind of like a fleshlight. Yep, this is just the PG version of the fleshlight.
Hey there, fellas. Anyway, fellas, I'm gonna take this
These are
serenade
some
performing chorus
Tramsarama
for a
and
little
Simply
joyride.
Corn and Caleb. The fleshlight one's much better. Thanks to resub J Money and the Prime Dog, the Cat, and resub Alcoholics Anonymous. Of course I've seen my son claims he's a cyborg. From what I understand, Lazy Boy is fine. Just a pretty rough hit. And yeah, I've seen that vegan. Crazy chick tries to verbally rob a bank. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? What does verbally robbing a bank mean? God damn. Now it's getting intense.
This is not a game. Open the fucking safe. Open the fucking safe. Open your safe.
It sounds like a robbery attempt, just not a good one.
Open the motherfucking safe. Why don't they listen? Open the safe. Open the safe.
Just open the safe, goddamn.
Open them up. Come on.
The customer's always right.
I'm here to rob this thing. Y'all need to open y'all safe. Come on, it's not that hard. Open
Is this the whole video, or does something else happen?
money. That's what I need. I'm broke and I need some motherfucking money.
At least, you know, she's
Safe.
trying to do something about it.
Open them. I'm broke and I need some money because I need some money. Open the goddamn safe.
It's
right now.
a good idea in concept.
Y'all don't understand how to open a bank, open a cash register. Y'all don't understand that I need money right now.
She should have brought like a spatula or something, some kind of weapon.
Please, please, I need some goddamn money right fucking now. Right fucking now. I need some fucking money right motherfucking now. Please, I need some money. Now all y'all look here, the motherfucking.
I'm pretty shocked they didn't give her money, to be honest. Thanks to the resub J Money and Cyan and Your Mom Loves Me, Squid Attack, and the Tier 1 J Money 23. That's two different J Moneys. Thanks to the resub J Money 3Y and the Tier 1 J Money 23. Nice. Nah, I probably won't play Lost Judgment. I'll watch it though. And thanks to the 10 gift subs again, Tim. Appreciate it, man. Thanks to the resub Isildurius, Dishonest, and Yo Boy. And yeah, probably Pansol. Have you seen Sex Education on Netflix? Tiana was watching some of it, so I saw it by extension. It seemed fine. Thanks to the resub 310 gauge. Crazy chick flips out in Barnes & Nobles. That was a fake video. It wasn't real. They made it up.
Paul Sheldon.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that.
This was staged.
He wrote
and got
the
debunked.
mystery books.
Mystery books? Let me see if I can find it in our system.
Here's
Yeah,
the 5
you
gift
better.
subs, Tempest.
Give me one second. Let me find the computer over here.
Okay.
And give sub gold.
SHELDON. Paul is the first name.
Here's the resub Tommy Boy. Marble Mansion of Gold Coast, Australia.
Do you have
Sure.
it? Misery's Child. I really need that to complete my collection, and I really think you need to have that here.
This was pretty innovative because this was
I can
2011.
only order it for you.
I'm not interested in waiting.
Would you like me to check
I've
the seat?
already waited a long time for the paperback to come out.
But yeah, that's a fake video. No reason to keep watching. But of course I've seen it. That was a very popular video. Full tour. The Marble House. You've never seen so much marble. Oh, I don't know about that. I've seen a lot of marble. And I can never quite get enough. That sounds pretty
Welcome
cool,
back to What's Home
Krusty.
News. I'm your host, Natasha Pruknievich, and today we're in Southport
Hi,
on
Natasha.
the Gold Coast, where we are about to tour a home where attention to detail is excessively expensive and so distinct, it's unique to the owner's taste, and matching her style is lots and lots of marble.
Who likes marble this much?
Hey Rosie,
Hi, welcome.
Hey, what's up?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I just need a moment to take this all
Wow.
in.
yeah.
It's very opulent.
It is, definitely.
So this is your house.
This is home.
Look at
Next
the
resub Hypnotoad,
stairs.
Tilted
Yeah, it's a
Tyson,
pan of
Shaolin
marble.
Knights,
Yeah.
Crumb Cake, and the gift
Beautiful.
sub
Looks like it
Scooterman,
must have
and
made
resub
Cost a
Museman.
fortune.
It did, yes.
Yes.
But I was quite dead set on the stone, so the whole house does feature quite a lot of it.
A culmination of everything Rosie Gillespie loves.
Man, it must be really fun to have all that marble though. You can
Curtain
just
wall,
wear
but it's
socks
quite
and
a
skate
fitting, so
around.
very used in industrial commercial buildings, but I loved it. Just wanted to make the home feel open.
And completed by this dangling chandelier.
The install took a couple of weeks, so
Thanks to the Prime
someone had to
lunchbox.
individually click them all on there.
And who's this?
That was a statue that we really found as a different
Wow,
clay sculpture.
what an incredible
And I just
statue.
really loved it. You couldn't tell if it was male or female. And then I just thought, oh, if we're going for the full hog of marble everywhere, why not throw a marble statue in there too?
Yeah, good point, I guess. It
Floor
looks
cut
fucking
from a
awful.
single slab of marble
Good call.
flows from one room to another.
This whole marble house though doesn't look bad. This looks pretty wild. It's a little bright.
How do I get
It's like
in here?
blinding, but
Push.
it's kind of goofy.
Yes. So this is an office, or as my kids call it, the jail. Yeah, I just wanted to keep it open.
Thanks for
Everyone does
5
a lot of
resubs,
hours,
Grunch.
at home and in an office, especially
The
if
tier
you're
1 NetBean,
designing,
tier 1
so
developer
I
Alex.
thought, oh, why not
The
have it
resub
open?
alpha.
It's nothing to hide.
Rosie's imagination doesn't stop there, extending to the main living room upstairs.
Look at the piece of marble there. Is that a fire?
I wonder how much this costs.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Maybe like
wanted something to break the two rooms.
50
it was a little bit open.
But you can
billion
still
dollars?
see
I
straight
don't know.
through, even if you're sitting
How
on the
expensive is
side.
marble?
Right,
It's like
and my
really
kids are
expensive.
smaller than this, so it was perfect height to still be able to see what's going on.
How much marble do you think is inside this home?
Well, we did get a container delivered, and it did weigh 25 tons.
Oh my.
25 tons of marble, huh?
So you've got your kitchen here, very symmetrical.
Very.
Look, are there 2 ovens on each side?
Yes.
These are
Two
tier 1
ovens, 2
Aiden and the
fridges, 2
resub Tether,
dishwashers.
Dusty, Swervin,
The
Olko,
kitchen
and
was
gift sub
designed
Exotic.
and entertained, like kind of with an entertainment.
There's a few
mind, I
Robbie, but
suppose.
probably won't watch it tonight.
Trying to make it so it flows and works and functional. That's definitely, everything has to be functional.
And different, a new mood for every room.
To be fair, this looks significantly better
This
than
is a
all those other
bulkhead
super
that
shitty
we
mansions
made
we've
on
seen.
site. So I've used an extrusion
Good for her.
on all the LED lights, strip lighting, because there's about 220 meters of strip lighting throughout the house. So just gives you lots of options, and for entertaining as well, and you know, making different moods.
No helicopter pad? She wasted all of her money on
Looks
marble and
special.
forgot the most important
is.
piece of a mansion.
A whiskey cigar room with
How
wooden
embarrassing.
panelling from an old shipping boat.
And the dome ceiling is to help with if you do like smoking cigars.
Thanks to resub
The
Cacparino.
cigar smoke goes up, and there's extraction fans on the roof that
Thanks,
takes that
Coke.
smoke away.
I don't
So
know
you
about
can,
that.
if you want to, smoke a cigar in here.
Would the kids being next door and
Yeah.
not be affected whatsoever?
Not at all.
No, I never heard of that.
A ring
Totes.
chandelier
Sounds
hangs
terrible.
behind her above a very fancy kids area.
That's
For
a
me, it's
kids
about
area?
It
What do you-
looking like a show home because that's the house.
What do
that
they do,
I
just
like
sit
to live
and
in. So yeah,
do
the
nothing?
integrated, yeah, the soft close cabinets, the push soft close cabinets seem to be the solution.
What was the hardest thing to...
Is there anything to do in this house besides just look at marble?
We're just
I haven't even seen a TV yet, or a computer. Like, what the fuck do you do here? It's just like a really nice prison.
What is this?
That's the hardest thing to install in the house. It
Like,
is
how many
2 ton. So the funniest part was I actually just said we were putting in a standard bath when we first designed the house. So
How
we
remarkably
engineered a
uncomfortable
standard
that must be.
bath. So we had to re-engineer the whole
There's
back
no
of the
way to
house
sit in that
for the bath.
Just to
comfortably.
fit it in.
Just to carry the weight because obviously once it's got water in it as well and 2 humans, you know.
Please tell me you use it.
We haven't used it, but the kids love it.
Come on, you have to have used it.
Oh no.
After all that effort.
How you cannot use it. What is she gonna, she's gonna break her back trying to get in there. Can't lay down, can't sit down, like you can't do anything in there.
And I noticed coming in here, you have no front door.
Exit Prime.
Correct. Well, who are we trying to hide from?
Administrative
And
and
there's
the
a
resub
beautiful curtain, and
Rhymes,
we've got, yeah,
Rogue,
young kids, so
Blue, and the tier 1 Not a Weeb and tier 1
So if you just want a
Tactical
bit of
Kitten.
privacy, you just pull the curtain across.
Yep. This was fun because it was more the range of what I could choose was what I liked and what I enjoyed and what I envisaged. So it wasn't as funneled or controlled as what I would normally be in designing a house for us to sell.
Ironically, Rosie's home is for sale, taking only the
wow.
memories with her when she leaves, and most of them took place up here on her rooftop.
This looks like the place to be.
Oh, definitely New Year's party when we first moved in was quite impressive.
Yeah.
So that was a good night.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking cool rooftop.
We did. Probably finished here
Unimpressed
too.
with the marble though, not enough.
Did you know you were going to have a view like this when you were building?
Yes, definitely. We flew a drone before we bought it at auction to make sure we could get a view.
There's the
Even
resub.
if you wanted to lay down a couple of
Fran,
mats and do
Moisture,
yoga in the
and
morning,
Booty
Yeah.
Stank.
it'd be great.
That's right.
Mainly metal. That's usually the music I listen to.
Definitely has a lot more of my soul in it than any other home. I'll cry that we left.
Rosie, thank you so much for your time.
No,
Well, how much is the house?
thanks a lot.
And if you're in the area, make sure you check it out.
Well, what? How much is it? Well, that's kind of blue balls. I was really curious. Okay. A lot of marble though. Very cool marble. I don't know about that vegan. That sounds impossible. And yeah, I've seen the one $500 million home. Let's give some Cryoshock and the resub Pancreas. Yeah, sorry about that, tease. Thanks for the 5 though. Have you seen the woman who smashes the bus window and hits a man with a car? Well, I probably can't watch it if she hits a man with a car. Not on Twitch. But no, it doesn't ring any bells. Thanks to resub Fritz and tier 1 Oba. Top 10 scariest videos that will make you breathe manually. This does sound pretty intense. Well, not watching Chills. I love these stupid videos, but I cannot stand Chills. I just can't sit through a video. It's too hard. It's just way too hard. Thanks to the resub Barnacle. The second one then? Top 10, isn't this just a re-upload of this one?
Mysterious story.
I guess not.
Watching horror videos is enough to make you hold your breath. Number 10. Have you ever tried to imagine something lurking in a small alley in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
This video will give you goosebumps. It was uploaded to YouTube in March 2021 by Taslock. However,
Thanks to
this
Resub
footage
Eastbank
was recorded
and No
on December
Filtered.
30th, 2020 at around 4 a.m.
Yep, seen both
At
of
the
those
time this
going.
footage was recorded, the road was empty with a few motorbikes and bicycles parked on both sides of the road lying dormant. Suddenly, a motorbike ran out into the middle of the road and turned right on the spot. The bike sometimes slows down, then jerks forward and continues for a while before crashing into the road.
Jesus Christ.
It seems that there is an invisible force that controls or wants to borrow this bike for a test drive in the middle of the night.
There's a Ghost Rider.
What made this motorcycle move so suddenly? It could be due to some engine failure, or it could be that the invisible force had given up on the ride midway.
That's
Number
probably
9.
what it was.
You may change your decision if you're going to have dinner at a seaside restaurant tonight after watching this video. In March 2014, Ed Hat posted this video on YouTube with the caption, "Jill Freeland, the artist and videographer, was having breakfast this morning at Moby Dick's with her family and got a little..."
I can see the wave, but thank you for the arrow.
Standing in the restaurant, customers could see a
That's
storm
probably
of gray
extremely
ahead.
helpful for
They
somebody.
were waiting for their meals to be served and watched helplessly at the storm. They must have thought that they would be safe inside the restaurant.
Oh, without the arrow, I actually did almost miss it that time. My God.
However, the seawater hit the restaurant's windows hard and shattered the glass. Customers were panicking and screaming. Someone kept calm and asked everyone to leave the restaurant. Time to go. Everyone followed suit without any controversy. They understood the danger of this situation.
And left toe nut.
Unfortunately, no one was injured in
Nah,
this
I'm
incident.
gonna watch Squid Game at some
Number
point, though.
8. Baby monitors sometimes have another function, which is to record things that we never expected to be there. Ghosts by You, Zealous Ideal Call 53 released a creepy clip of a baby playing and her guardian on the phone. You will find this scene completely normal, but everything will change completely when you turn on the sound. You can hear at the beginning of the video a voice growling and repeating "help me" 3 times in a row. Where did this voice come from? Due to cross-signal interference by a nearby monitor,
What?
someone hacked the audio, or an EVP accidentally recorded.
Well, let me
someone
hear it and I'll
calling
tell you what
help
it
from a
is.
distance.
Well, it's very clearly a
The strange thing is
ghost.
that neither the baby nor the guardian seem to have heard this voice. The Redditor further elaborated on this incident that they've been experiencing
Redditor?
other spooky and paranormal phenomena
Oh, then
regularly
it is
since she
true.
got pregnant at her home. Another incident with the monitor was that she once witnessed a black shadow close to her baby, shaped like
Is
a
it
sphere,
Prime Ryan
and
and
suddenly her
Fido?
baby woke up screaming. She also had the feeling that someone was watching her in her own room or breathing on her neck, and the night terrors. In addition, there are objects that have been lost for a while and then suddenly
This one
found again.
sucks. Not scary, didn't breathe manually. Thanks to resub Eggnog and Devil Me. Okay, what was the wizard one? 8,000 a year to be a wizard in New Zealand. Thanks to the resub Kill-9.
We thought we'd bring a little magic into your living room this
Man,
morning.
shut the fuck up.
because we're
No such
starting
thing
off
as
the show
magic.
today meeting a real-life wizard.
Doesn't
Okay,
exist.
it's not from a film or anything, it's a real-life wizard. And since 1998, British-born Jack Brackenbury has been the official wizard of New Zealand.
That's a
We're
cool
paying him
title.
to do it. It's a real job. And there he is now.
I believe in
Wizard
magic
by
again.
Magic there he is, and that is he with his wizard apprentice Ari to tell us more. Hello there.
Good morning.
Gandalf, good to see you.
Jack and Ari. Well, you're out there doing your magic in New Zealand, and you're paid for it. What exactly is your job description, Jack?
Well, it's a craftsman. I regard magic as a craft, like painting or music or.
This is
any
so
other craft.
cute. Holy
And he can
shit.
be taught the same way. Ari is an apprentice, so he's picking up some tips from me, though he specialises in music, and I specialise in artistic performances, acting mainly.
Ah, lovely.
And it's all a result of my appointment as a wizard of New Zealand, a wizard of the University
What do
of
his
New South
responsibilities
Wales
entail, I
in
wonder?
Sydney in 1969. That's 50 years ago. I was appointed wizard. I have never called myself a wizard. It is what I am.
You'd never guess to look at you, you know, but that's amazing.
Is he
Ari,
tier
so
1
you
dizzy?
are literally the sorcerer's apprentice. What have you learned from Wizard Jack?
What have I
No,
learned?
no to both of those, vegan.
Numerous things. So a lot of what we do is a lot like street philosophy. So Jack's got me to read a hang of a lot of very interesting old books. With
Which one is
extraordinary
healer
ideas.
and which is DPS?
So Jack, what does a
a good
typical
question.
day as the Wizard of Christchurch in New Zealand entail? What are you actually doing? How are you kind of interacting with the general public, tourists maybe?
Yeah, what do you do, Dumbledore?
Take, Socrates as a good example.
What?
To go out into the street and upset people by criticizing their most basic assumptions and coming up with different solutions and different ideas.
So you're just a troll?
And we're entering now a new period of
He just goes around and roasts
as we move
people?
from the mechanical age to the
It's not a
electrical
wizard.
age. Everything becomes immediate. Everything becomes experience. And the old machine of, you know, beginning with the Big Bang on to the end is no longer valid. So it's a new narrative, a new set of appearances, and I'm also classified by the art gallery directors of New Zealand as a living work of art. Not an artist, a living work of art.
You
which
are
is
a
rather
living.
more
I mean, we can see that. We're looking at some pictures now of you and Ari. We see people around
That
you.
does seem pretty
some
incredible.
Of them, I have to say, looking slightly surprised.
What a wholesome thing. What a great position. Time traveler reveals technology from the year 8000. The year 8000. My God. Will I even be able to comprehend such advanced technology? That sounds incomprehensible. Not even in Power Rangers
Whoa, I just
Time
found a
Force
piece of
was it that
technology
deep.
that is groundbreaking. This piece of technology right here is from the year 8000. And inside of this is some information that is crucial to the world and the universe. It is amazing. It carries inside a book along with other information
Oh, is it
about
the Bible?
things from other dimensions. I
Oh.
believe that this one right here is from the year 8000. So what I did is I actually deciphered some of the information in there. Turns out that in here, you will find a story of another dimension person. That person is me, Ruben from another dimension. His entire story is within this right here. And
You'll get no
cannot
argument
believe
from
it.
me.
So what I'm doing is I'm beginning to write it out and actually put it in an audiobook video form. And that's available for you right now in the description section below and in the comment section on.
Well, I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of information. His story might be too intense. Thanks for the tier 1 Choo Choo and the resub Erika and Silent. The Quintet of the Astonished. Bill Viola. Okay. Cameras are keepers of the soul. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is moving. Everyone here just kind of looks like Jeff Bezos. Like, all of their faces just look like Jeffrey. No, there's no audio. There's the resub Diogenes and Vanch. I don't know what I'm supposed to be getting out of this. This feels like those Dame Dane memes where they just take a picture and they like make it move a little bit. Well, that was pretty impressive. Silent Library. I liked the original Silent Library from Japan. I don't really like the US Silent Library very much. There's a tier 1 Suspend Stain and the resub Red Ved. Yeah, I've seen the Mrs. Puff theory. How Domino's 80s mascot incited a hostage situation. Didn't we see that? Jesus. Jesus Christ. How many times are you gonna fucking hit the wrong key?
Pizza.
I don't think we saw this.
Truly
actually.
a wonderful food. The stuff dreams are made of and a favorite of many. An
There's a prime
absolutely
Russian Warhammer and the
timeless
recent
classic.
corn and celestial seaweed.
Whether you're eating traditional wood-fired pizza straight from Mama's oven, or devouring the sausage-stuffed crust abomination of Pizza Hut, everyone loves a pizza. And when I think of pizza, I often think of Domino's. Now, Domino's
First
gets
time
a
I've
bad
ever heard
rap a
that.
lot of the time, but if you ask me, they're fine. They're not the greatest, but they're certainly not the worst either.
Okay,
Domino's hits
okay.
a decent balance between the price and quality of their food. Not the best pizzas on the market, but good enough for their price.
Ain't this
I often
the
find
Noid?
myself
I
ordering
think so.
Domino's when I just can't be bothered sorting dinner out. And as I sit there eating my pizza, I often think back on the story of Domino's Avoid the Noid marketing campaign. A campaign that ran through the mid to late 80s and early 90s, before meeting its fascinating and tragic end.
You looked
This
up
is
the story on
of
Soul
Domino's
Calibur Saturday
greatest
some
PR
time ago.
disaster ever, and the sad fate of Kenneth Lamar Noid. It's 1960, and the failing pizza business Dominic's has just been bought out by two brothers, Tom and James Monaghan, for the whopping price of
$900, dude!
What a deal!
After struggling for a year with little success in their
Holy
new business
shit.
endeavor, James wanted out and sold his share to his brother Tom, who over the next few years would turn it into a burgeoning pizza empire. In 1965, the business changed its name to Domino's, and began opening new shops all across the United States, and eventually the world. Fast forward to the mid-1980s, and the brand is looking for a new way to market themselves. Considering the
I
fast
remember
food
the
pizza
Noid
space
had his
was
own
already
video
occupied
game.
by a number of competing companies, they instead looked for a new way to make Domino's stand out from the crowd. A marketing campaign not based on some new gimmick pizza or lowered prices,
Thanks, Yusuf Aaron.
but instead one based on reliability. So, Domino's devised a new campaign, promising that their pizzas would arrive faster, hotter, and in perfect condition. In 1986, Domino's launched their brand new marketing campaign starring a strange-looking, buck-toothed animated character known as
Noid.
The Noid. The Noid was a personification of all of the troubles that could occur with a pizza delivery, whether it's getting the order wrong, having the pizza damaged or show up late. The Noid himself was hell-bent on disrupting pizza deliveries through whatever
He's a tier
nefarious
one
means he could.
Joshua?
And only Domino's were able to avoid the Noid, as they put it. This marketing campaign worked, and Domino's saw great success with their new anti-mascot. The Noid quickly soared to the heights of other famous characters, starring in a number of advertisements and having toys
Was he
and comics
actually
made.
popular?
Even 2 separate video games were created.
I actually played one of the games.
But the Noid had one crucial difference, you see. While most mascots are portrayed positively, as they are kind of the face of the
Thanks, Yusuf.
company in many of these
Fiddy?
commercials,
Fiddly?
the Noid was the exact
The
opposite.
Prime Zom Monkey
He was
and Lil
portrayed
Fant.
negatively. It was explicitly shown to be bad, and he was hell-bent on destroying all pizza deliveries he could get his hands on. Only through the incredible power of Domino's could he be stopped. This choice to make the Noid a negative character, portrayed as a bumbling idiot to be avoided, was interesting, but it would ultimately be the cause of Domino's greatest
Thanks,
PR
Resub
disaster
Sebi.
ever. Born in 1967, Kenneth Lamar Noid was not a mentally healthy individual. He too saw the marketing campaign of Domino's and their slogan to avoid the Noid, and Kenneth became increasingly convinced that the marketing campaign was directly targeted at him. Kenneth was a paranoid schizophrenic, and he believed for whatever
I
reason
remember
that
this
Domino's
now.
was attempting to smear his name.
Oh
and
my
destroy
fucking
him.
god, I remember this.
After years of seeing these ads, toys, comics, games, and more becoming increasingly popular
Yep,
around
now
him,
I remember this.
Kenneth reached a breaking point. January 30th, 1989, midday. Kenneth walks into his local Domino's Pizza in Georgia and produces a .357 Magnum revolver. He points his gun at the two employees behind the counter and demands to speak to the owner of Domino's corporate, Tom
Prime
Monahan.
Zyler in the resub fries.
He believed Tom
Insomnia.
himself was responsible for this marketing campaign that was targeting him, and that Tom had even been sneaking around his apartment, spying on him and going through his things.
Ugh.
While it seems like he did
Maybe
get
he
to make
was.
a phone call to Domino's corporate, I can't find any evidence that he actually got to speak to Tom. At this point though, Kenneth had two hostages inside the restaurant with him, both employees of the store. And when police surrounded the establishment, Kenneth made two demands. First, he wanted $100,000 in cash, and second, he wanted a white limousine to drive away in. For the next 6 hours, the siege continued, with Kenneth occasionally speaking to police over the phone, at one point offering to release one of his hostages in exchange for a copy of the book The Widow's Son, a book about Freemasons, because apparently Kenneth was some sort of proto-Alex Jones type guy. As the siege continued though, Kenneth eventually became hungry after waiting inside the restaurant for so long, and demanded that his two hostages make him some pizzas to eat. The hostages complied, because of course they fucking did, he had a gun, and made him
Probably
two
the
large
best pizza they've ever made in their life.
While he was eating, however, he was distracted, and with his gun in his lap, his hostages saw an opportunity to escape, and they took it, successfully running out the door and getting away from the restaurant. Kenneth, soon afterwards, realized the hopelessness of his situation, and surrendered to the authorities. Kenneth was taken into custody. He was charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault, extortion, and possession of a firearm during a crime. While he was eventually found not guilty due to insanity on all charges, he was consigned to a mental institution for several months. During this time, the media picked up on the story and ran wild with it.
Domino's
The
should have
headline of
really
Domino's
like
being
doubled
unable
down on
to avoid
Noid.
The Noid this time was just too good to pass up. This PR disaster should have caused Domino's to cease all usage of the Noid immediately, right? Well, not really. While the Noid was certainly seen less of immediately following the incident, his second video game, Yo Noid, was released for the NES in 1990, just 1 year later, and more merchandise, ads, and more continued to be produced. The Noid, it seems, was just too good to kill off quite yet. Things take a darker turn in 1995, however, when Kenneth Lamar Noid took his own life. Whether this was the result of him still believing Domino's was targeting him with their Noid marketing campaign or not, nobody truly knows. But it can certainly be said that Domino's continuing to run Noid ads and produce more merchandise with the character certainly didn't help. This time, Domino's decided to stop production of anything relating to the Noid. He would no longer appear in advertisements or have merchandise featuring him produced. Until 2009, when Domino's began occasionally bringing the character back for various promotions. Stay classy, Domino's. And as I'm editing,
Well, what
this
are the
video,
odds that there's
Domino's has
another
decided to bring the
Noid
back.
in the world that
He's
that's
going to be appearing
mentally
in the new
unwell?
Crash Bandicoot mobile game, apparently, along with a brand new series of TV commercials. Because, you know, someone killing themselves over your mascot just isn't enough, right? And so concludes the interesting, bizarre, and ultimately tragic story of the Noid. The character still has a cult following to this day, with a fan-made sequel to his video game Yo Noid being released in 2017. Yo Noid 2: Enter the Void.
I forgot all about this
A surprisingly
story.
great game produced as part of the new Jam City 2017 Game Jam.
I'll play Nick
While
All-Stars.
fans
I don't know
can
if it
and
looks
should
that
still
good,
enjoy
though.
the character in spite of the tragedy
The more I see
surrounding
of
it,
it, the less cool
whether
it
you
looks.
think Domino's should still be using it or not is up for debate. Thanks for watching my shitty video. If you enjoyed it, consider checking out my previous video talking about
It wasn't a
Tomorrow or
shitty
20
video, and the situation, I think, is very interesting. I don't see anything wrong with Domino's continuing to use the Noid. I think the odds of there being another person in the world named Noid that also goes on to rob and hold people hostage is super low. I think they roll the dice again. I say let it ride. But yeah, super unlucky. I do remember when we learned about this during Soul Calibur night because someone made a Noid costume, and then chat told me that the Noid was responsible for a hostage situation, and I didn't believe them. Turns out they were absolutely right. Thanks to the Prime Belly Bopper and the Resub Toto and K Manus. That is such Domino's luck, though. Like, I'm sure there's someone in the world named after every mascot. Like, there's got to be a Tony the Tiger somewhere. Like a Tony Tiger in the world. And you don't hear anything about that fucking guy. But the one time Domino's finds success in a marketing mascot, it turns out to be a guy who's very mentally unwell who holds a place hostage thinking that they're mocking him and then goes on to kill himself. Like, that's just remarkably unlucky. And such a weird name, too. Auxiliary sub Rex and Isaac. Negative mascot? You could argue that the Trix Rabbit and the Leprechaun for the Lucky Charms are negative mascots. They are constantly getting shit on by kids. So let's say I was named Trix Rabbit, and I saw that commercial. I'd be like, man, they fucking hate me. This is the Prime Griffin. Mime versus pain experiment. Well, that sounds pretty weird. This is the Prime Barber and Babon.
Alright, so you guys remember the mime video, my boy Aubrey, where we were waxing his armpits? It went viral all over TikTok. We decided since you guys loved it so much, we wanted to do another one, but we want to get crazier with it. So we got wax strips again. That's viral content right there. Got a couple mouse traps. We got, what are we working with here, boys? Come on, where is it at? We got a nice brand new BB gun. We just bought it, or Brandon just bought it. So a lot of you guys seen the video with me in Houston. It's a childhood fucking memory that everybody has. You know, you're riding the scooter down the street, a Razor scooter to be exact.
Thanks, doggo.
And you get hit in the ankle, you get hit in the shin. It's like, it hurts so bad, right? So we're gonna intentionally destroy my shin with this. Brandon's gonna kick it with steel toe boots. It's him in the shin. So that's our fourth little stunt here. And shout out to Jason Jones.
I don't know.
No, montage.
You okay? Oh God.
Joaquin Phoenix is really committing to it. Good for him.
Alright, so round one went well. No, not a peep from him so far. Let's see how he fares against this bad boy. Let's see what happens.
This guy's pretty good.
Alright, he's doing well so far. We're gonna make this fucker squeal.
Wait, this guy's fucking nuts. I thought the mouse traps would have done it. Good for him. This count as toss? I don't know, man. It's not me doing it. Yeah.
Alright, he survived the rat traps, he survived the BB gun, but can he survive the viral test of the wax strips? Aubrey was pretty well with this. Let's see what this mime's got in store.
I always thought that this was overhyped. I can't imagine it being that bad. Try it? Nah. Wow, this guy's good. This is a high quality mime.
Oh,
Good for him. Thanks for the resub, Fish. Yeah, of course I've seen that. Smite. Thanks for the resub, Donkey Nuts. Do the wax. If I can think of a cool idea with it, sure. Thank you, the big 30, Kareem, and I'm glad college has been going well. You're about to graduate then, right? Nice. Well, I hope you're doing well. Thanks to tier 1 Necro Bob. Oh. Thanks to the resub Simple Flips. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I think there's one new Slap Mountain episode, but we're gonna wait a little bit. Next to tier 1 Jazzski. Oh yeah. The Summoning Salt video for Mario Kart Wii is a classic. I love that video. It's so fucking... Oh! I forgot about this one. I forgot he did too. I don't think I finished this video. Maybe. It's a little long though. I'll think about it. Thanks to resub that guy from Montreal, LK, Ketamine Cat, and Chase Kush. He did 3? He did 3 Mario Kart Wii videos? Thanks to resub Moose in the Prime Urban. Woman tries to get free ride. This? I don't know if I really want to watch this. It seems like it's just going to be grating. I'll let it ride for a minute.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Got something a little different for you today. It's not exactly the
crazy
wholesome,
locks.
Positive kind of content that I
Get some
usually
Sandu.
make, but it's something. It's definitely entertaining. So for a little setup here, I had been waiting for this woman for a few minutes now. And I wasn't in the best mood to begin with. You can tell that right away. It usually isn't super cool when you're waiting a few minutes to pick someone up. So I was a bit short with this woman compared to my usual cheery self.
Hello?
Hey. Yeah, it's me.
Hey, is this you?
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, it's
Yep.
me. Some pretty alpha shit right there, baby.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good. So everything's going pretty normally until this woman decides to try to pull a fast one on me.
Thanks for resub Easy Cool. Ah, the classic.
Just cancel your ride.
No.
It says you just canceled. You gonna look at me?
No.
Why'd you cancel your ride?
I don't know.
That's not cool at all. You need to get
Well,
out of
this
the
is
car.
pretty shitty.
Yeah. You gotta admit this woman has an impressive lack of self-awareness. She literally admitted to canceling the ride, which in turn screws me
Thanks
out of
to some
the
Moby
fare for that
and
trip. And then
Dorfin.
she proceeds to be offended after I kick her out of my car. It's amazing, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You canceled the ride. That's shady as fuck.
Nah, I just knew that Uber did 2 rides now, so I was just trying to do Wendy's and then my house.
That's not how it works.
Does it do 2 rides now?
No, you need to get out of my car, please.
Okay, that's fine.
Please, get the fuck out. Scare her. Make a goofy noise and then like make yourself look big.
That's fine. I got you on camera doing that, so I don't mind at all.
Yeah, dude, I wasn't doing anything wrong.
You canceled in the middle of a ride. You knew what you were doing.
No, I wasn't. It's just like I knew that. Just like Lyft does 2 stops. I knew that.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, she just sounds very dumb.
Uber recently just started doing 2 stops, just like
You can
Lyft.
do as many stops as you want. You don't have to cancel it to make that happen.
I didn't know that because I just knew that Uber recently started doing 2 stops.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is I'm gonna rate you 0 stars, dude. Bye. I have 4.96 stars.
Have a good night. I can do the same thing to you.
Fucking bitch.
So this is where shit starts to pop off, and I'll just kind of let this play out. Hope you don't look at me different after this. Enjoy.
Bitch.
Fuck you.
You a fucking dick.
I got you on camera. You know that?
You're
I
fuck.
know what you were trying to do.
Let's
You were
go.
fucking shady. You're a fucking.
I'm not trying
Yeah,
to be shady.
yeah. You were trying to be.
Call her a
shady.
goober.
If you're that fucking low for fucking $10, you're a piece of shit. You know that?
You're a
$10
piece of
fucking
shit.
dollars. Shut my door and get the fuck out of here.
I'm a fucking reporter.
Shut my fucking door and get the fuck out of
You're
here.
a piece of shit, bitch.
Like, are you fucking serious? Are you really trying to fucking hit me right now?
What is that?
Fucking piece of shit.
Is she on muscle relaxers?
You a fucking piece of shit.
Do you see this? Are you fucking kidding me?
Man, that opioid epidemic is nuts. Oh, they were just gonna hit her.
Where the fuck are you? Are you serious right now?
You a fucking piece of shit, bitch.
You really think it's cool to fucking attack someone?
You a fucking piece of shit, bitch.
You know what? What are you doing?
Thanks to resub and architect and purgatory.
Whatever, lady.
Being an Uber or a Lyft driver has to be absolutely miserable. How does this go on for more?
To advertising years ago now.
Oh, he just goes over what happens and like the repercussions, I imagine. I feel super bad for Uber and Lyft drivers. They don't even get paid well. They get kind of fucked by the companies they drive for. I think Lyft is better than Uber for it, but still not great from what I understand. Next resub Op4 in Tier 1 Imi Malloy. And the resub Shower Beers. Fake Railroad Cop Crown Rick Auto. I don't know what that is, but sure. Next resub Kapayoshi. Oh my god, why can't I type today? Holy shit. What am I looking for? This? It just looks like they go through cars. I think I'll pass. It seems like actual car investigation. Here's the Prime Hugbear and the resub Justin and Toothache and Jasons. It's doing alright, Justin. Sorry to hear you had a bad day. Oh, these are fake? It does look fake, just from the thumbnails. Gives me Patty Mayo vibes. First I've heard of that, vegan. The hot dog eating competition? No. I already know Joey Chestnut wins anyway. Why do you want to see the fucking... Is it like a fetish or something? Why do you want to see the Joey Chestnut versus Matt Stoney 2015 hot dog eating challenge? Like so desperately. God damn. I mean, it's just... I watch the hot dog eating competitions like every year. Thanks to the resub Thresh, Woney in the Prime, Cruzeo, and gift sub Tokyo. Yeah, I mean, it's always cool to watch Joey Chestnut fucking gobble it down, but goddamn. It's not like the craziest thing in the world. 21-year-old man caught fleeing the scene while intoxicated. Oh yeah, I saw that. I did see that. I got recommended not long ago. Thanks to the resub Allied. I might play New World tomorrow. And just because they're two different computers, Carrot. Give me one sec, quick text message. Thanks to the resub Bald Goose. And the resub Levi Carter and Ghosty Cat. Just one sec. Okay. No, I'm good. Parking Revenge 68 by Tow Trucker. This.
Hey there, Tow Trucker back. Welcome to the channel.
What's up, Big Tuna?
Here we go again. Anyway, I had a lot of questions about that Tundra on that last video, so we're gonna go ahead and run that Tundra clip. I actually got a little shot of him pulling off the lot, pulling out of the lot right here.
Here's Resub
I
Sam.
did go back and get that Tundra. Let's go ahead and run that clip. I just rolled back up over here to this Tundra.
Well, just fucking total it, bro. Just let's get it over with. Just tow this shit off a cliff. Fuck it. Maybe tier 1 Lil Uzi. Is the Hassan raid just a meme? Because nothing came through on my end. I don't know if that's real or not, but if it is, thank you. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Just a meme? Oh, okay, okay. Here's the resub, Jesse. Oh, it's an unofficial raid. Ah, well thank you then. Welcome. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but this guy just stole a car. So that's pretty cool. Oh, is he at shit camp? Nice. I wasn't keeping up with shit camp yet. It was on earlier today,
that got impounded.
but I couldn't watch.
He came and got it. That was yesterday when I impounded that one. He came back and got it today. He's the one that's got that California tag.
I'm not super invested. I don't really care if that guy parked like an asshole or whatever. But love to see him getting towed, I guess. There's the Prime A Place in Merwin. The Prime Sharktooth. And the resub Small Wolf Boy. And the resub All Salad Gamer. Crazy Locks is a guy who runs around the street freestyling at people, but he raps in gibberish or perhaps an ancient language. Okay. Thanks to Prime, Sancool, Lunacy, and Slater. Oh, it's this guy. Oh, I do remember this.
Cheers, that one you fear. One thing, let's make it clear. Crazy low, and I'm still here. Who said it? I did. Spit a hit and ate a bit. Hit a lick and did a bid. I'm fresh out the crib. I'm ready.
Fire. Absolute fucking fire. Well, that was enough of that. Johns Creek Town Hall Meltdown. I do love me a good meltdown. This one? Man, fuck you.
I have a question. Can you confirm or deny that you work, contract, or consult for Davenport's company, or any of her companies?
Yes, I am. I'm working as a consultant for DTI.
You are?
Yes.
And
I
There's
consult
a
for lots
Prime
of
Toaster and resub
you
Jarmini.
find that okay?
Why wouldn't it be okay? I can earn a living in any way other than a way that I earn a living off the city of Johns Creek.
But to collect a paycheck from someone sitting next to you.
I don't collect it from Corey. Corey doesn't work for the company.
I'm so confused with
hired
what's
just
happening.
like anybody else was with that company.
$1 billion company, and we have a lot of entities. He's a consultant for one entity.
I'm also very skilled at what I do, Jennifer, which is the real reason they brought me in.
Yeah. I just think with 5 million people in Metro Atlanta, it just seems very.
Another one of my clients is on the second floor of this building. Does that make that untoward too, because they happen to be located in the City Hall building?
And money's engaged to one of my employees.
Yeah.
Is that making a conflict also?
What is happening?
That's how he met her.
Well, and so she's employed.
I didn't mean her to that.
So she was employed before they met. So it's a different story. She was employed before they met. So that's a different.
This isn't a meltdown. This is just
clients that I've worked for
weird
come and go
conversation.
in a time period in the 10 years that I've worked for the city. If you don't like it, I appreciate it.
It's the appearance. It's the appearance.
There is no appearance. It has Jennifer, it has nothing to do with.
That was boring. That was very far from a meltdown. It was a confused woman who confused me. It was I don't know what the fuck that was. Exit Prime Absu and the resubs fed. And Makuna. Chased by an angry... Hey, oh, it's the swamp draining guy. Yeah, that guy's great. Or not swamp, storm draining guy. I already said that. Did I miss Slap Mountain? No, like I said, I'm probably going to wait for the... Let me see. I wanted to wait till I had like a couple more Slap Mountain episodes ready. God damn it. So that way we're not just hungry for more. Oh, they actually owned... They didn't even have episode 5 yet. I thought they posted 5. No new Slap Mountain yet. You gonna buy any of the Digimon TCG? Nah, the cards don't look very cool to me. Parents hire evil clown for kids' birthday parties. That's pretty innovative.
As right now, who wants to have a boring traditional birthday party with cake and ice cream and presents when you can have an evil clown stalk you for a week before throwing a pie in your face? Dominic DeVille
that sounds like
is
a
the
good
stage
deal.
name of a Swiss actor.
Okay, his services, which apparently they've been around for a few years, created a buzz recently when the Huffington Post picked up on his story. For a fee, parents can hire DeVille to send threatening texts and notes to their birthday boy or girl.
Wait, what?
After days of stalking, DeVille then shows up in a scary clown costume and blasts your kid in the face with a pie.
Is this
Oh my
real?
God, DeVille, this is what he's saying about this. He says that kids love to be scared by his services, although we're not so sure.
What? Wait, this has to be a skit. Is this a skit? There's a difference between being scared in a horror movie and being scared that there's an actual evil clown stalker who's fucking texting you and then meets you in the real world when you least expect it, hitting you with a pie. That's traumatizing. Like, even not for a kid. Holy shit, that's intense. What a good service. Wow. Genius. Absolute genius. The PTSD comes in early.
Sure if we believe that.
Yes, we want to know what you think, though. Is this something your kid might like? Would you ever do something like this?
And joining us to discuss this topic and a whole lot more.
It's been 9 years since this. I bet he's in jail now.
She is the New York Times Phoenix bureau
He's
chief.
a prime Shadow Dave.
Thank you for being with us.
My pleasure.
You've covered some incredible hard-hitting stories. What on earth do you make of this one?
I wonder who's going to pay for therapy when that kid grows up, you know?
Literally,
I was thinking, I'm a mother,
100%.
my daughter is almost 3, and there are times when I want to give her everything so that she'll stop whining, you know? But it's one of those things that I wonder if it's parents who have been resistant to reprimanding their kids, to telling them to stop, to say no, who just give, and then gets a kid who acts up all the time. And then they say, okay, well, I can't say no, but I hire a scary clown to scare my kid, and then maybe he will learn how to do things right.
Yeah. A lot of parents say maybe teenagers, this might be okay to do, but for a child,
No, what? It'd be even. That's just as bad.
I'm just scratching my head by it.
I'm questioning whether that story is even legit. Someone had.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's real.
I was looking at the story before I came on, and there were lots of comments on the Huffington Post, and one of them, the top comment at the time, was somebody saying, can somebody tell me the phone number for this person? So clearly, at least that one person was interested in hiring this guy.
And some of our viewers, too, they love the idea. But DeVille says, incidentally, that he got the idea from watching horror movies.
Right.
That's how he got the idea to, hey, let me be an evil clown clown.
He looks pretty scary to me, to be
Yes,
honest. You
he
know, he's
does.
not a very good-looking guy, but you know what an idea.
Oh, that's kind of fucked up.
There's a public.
I
for
see how he
everything out
chose
there,
this profession
and
now.
He carved a niche that nobody else had before.
I'm terrified of clowns, whether they're evil or friendly.
I am right there with you, Susan, and I can tell you, teens, my daughter loves to be scared. They love those thriller horror movies.
Not from a
I
psychopath.
think this is a little
I
bizarre.
wonder, though,
Like,
in
what
this
do you
age
mean?
of cyberbullying and all of that, whether some kids might take these text messages or, phone calls as something more than just a prank.
And that's
That's a good-
exactly what
yeah.
our viewers are saying on Facebook.
Amy Blackburn writes, in this day and age of having to teach our kids to be very careful around other
Thanks, Reese
people,
Saturn.
this just seems dumb.
Herman Bricado, this is downright evil, but for an adult, it is fine, but not for
What?
kids.
I don't even know about an adult.
What do you
Heather
mean?
Johnson says, why is everyone so scared of a man or woman with face paint? People need to grow up. LOL. It's hilarious.
Shawnee says, how could any parent do this to a child? It's not about scaring our children. It's about loving and nurturing them. This is not what parents...
Facebook is just like this completely different breed. It's fucking crazy. I was reading Facebook comments the other day. It's shocking that those are real human beings most of the time. Thanks to the Prime Zine. And the resub Lagarathon. True, Jella. He does mention that. Yeah. 3 urban explorations gone horribly wrong. Sounds horrible. The Spookables, huh? Alright, give me 1 second. Let me go to the bathroom. I don't want to piss my pants from being too scared. Thanks to the resub, Charlie Makes Me Wet. Good name. Thanks to the Bits Hobo. I'll check that out in a minute. I'm back, team. Thanks to Prime Gusher. Oh my god, let's get scared.
Now, when most people think
There's
of
some
monsters,
Franco
they
in
think
Tier
of
1
ghosts,
throat-
demons, and werewolves. But
Throat
sometimes
banger?
we look right past the scariest of them all, humans. We're your host, Anthony and Amanda Valentine, and here are 3 urban explorations gone wrong.
Next is Prime. Taco eaters. There's some thick boy. He's a tier 1 Malekith and the resub Cubone.
As explorers, sometimes we let our curiosity outweigh our better judgment. We explore places that would be better left undisturbed, and this is a prime example of why we never explore alone. Now I hear screaming. Amanda swears she hears a whistle. Let us know who you side with.
666 and crosses everywhere.
Oh my god. This looks like the back room of our warehouse when we did our
something that looks like sounds
our
like a
witch talk experiment. We were just writing like blood shit on the wall.
I don't know what that is.
And symbols.
What the fuck? It's coming from that way.
Following the noises, Frank ends up stumbling upon someone. This is pretty much a huge fear any person would have exploring alone.
But there's some guy just standing out there, and they're walking.
As you can see, this guy isn't acting normal at all. He's
just
walking very slowly, as if stalking someone, which
What?
makes this even more terrifying. While trying to get to the exit, not only does
he's just
Frank
walking.
spot this guy again, but the guy also spots him, and comes towards him.
That's a power stance.
Come on. Oh my god. Yeah, no. Fuck.
Making a break for it, this guy does the first sensible thing, and makes a call for help, which could have very well saved his life.
Hey.
Yeah, hi.
Listen, there's somebody here following me. I just went in here. I'm trying to make this stupid video, and freaking there's a homeless guy.
How did this
Go to
save
the
his
spot that
life?
I told you to. Just get there.
Oh, he's on the
I'm
phone.
trying
No,
to
I
get there as
can't hurt
fast as
him.
I can. I'm halfway close there. I just have to pass another neighborhood, and then I should be there. But
Oh my god. Okay, I'm going right now.
hurry up. Hey, go. No, I just want to get him on camera. Like, if I could get a good
Resub
shot of this guy,
Sensation, Techno,
I'm cool with
Chef,
that.
and
I'm good.
Invader.
Oh my god.
That's it. That's him. Or her.
What do you mean on drugs trying to scare people? Dude's just walking around. He's just walking slowly.
What the fuck?
That's a dude.
Frank.
Holy shit! No, fuck that!
I don't know about you, but this whole experience was a Halloween movie in the making.
Yeah.
I think Frank got out of there when
Woo! Close call. Very real.
It is always a
Holy
good idea
fish
to have
paste,
someone
it's a
to watch your
guy.
back
That's
when
right.
exploring desolate places.
That was a dude.
Especially when you decide to explore the abandoned farm of Ray Copeland, a serial killer who murdered his workers in Mooresville, Missouri on that very property.
Even though the Copelands have been caught, these two probably should have searched the property for others before making themselves at home. What they're about to experience could be the spirits of the murder victims or a psycho that decides to have a little fun at their expense.
Thanks for some Skull Warrior.
Oh! What the f is that, dude? Okay. Was that you? No, I'm right here.
Oh my god.
Shot. Please be
It's the spirits.
There's a tunnel. There's
Ah.
creepy, bro. I was trying to... Like, what if that's where he kept these people captive and stuff, man?
Dude, I just
What?
saw something down there. Come here. There's somebody down there. There's something down there.
Dude, the door
Thanks
is
for some
moving.
Salty Sloth and Wise Bacon.
The door is literally open.
Dude, look, my camera's blurry. My camera's blurry.
Holy
What the hell? What?
Nothing there?
No.
No animals?
No. Dude, I just want to get the hell out of this.
Then leave.
What the
Just leave. Just open the door.
No. This shit, dude. This shit. No. It sounds like there's somebody upstairs. Dude, I don't like this. It literally sounds like there's somebody upstairs.
I can't tell if that was a joke.
At first.
Watch Nuke's Top 5. They have real credible videos of paranormal activity. You have to be making a joke. That has to be a meme. He's a tier 1 DJ in the Prime Pinha. Resub complying, gift sub, Charlie makes me wet. Nuke's Top 5 is my go-to for god-awful, stupid fucking top 5 ghosts. You know, maybe, it has been about a month since we've watched the Nuke's Top 5. Maybe now it's real, credible, scary stuff. Top 5 scary ghost videos to cause bug eyes. Top 5 ghost videos so scary you'll cry like a big old baby.
Top 5 ghosts.
What's your tier 1 Frozen John? Resub Gnome and Zandace.
Tammy Jermathy says that paranormal activity has become a regular part of her life. Tammy believes that a dark entity has attached itself to her and follows her from home to home, no matter where she moves. Tammy is so intent on capturing evidence of the supernatural activity that she experiences on a daily basis that she set up multiple motion-activated security cameras all around her home in Mountain House, California. For the first time ever, she captures what she has witnessed firsthand throughout her life on camera.
Wow, who's in there? Oh, it's the ghost of a construction worker. Trying still to finish the job. Or not a mover. Why would a construction worker be using a dolly in a house?
Her cameras capture extreme poltergeist activity as furniture and objects move on their own. And then, most terrifying of all, a pale figure can be seen looking out from behind a wall. And these spooky incidents are just the beginning of what Tammy captures on her cameras. On January 30th, 2020, Tammy packs up her life and moves from California to her new home in McKinney, Texas. Almost immediately after moving in, the paranormal activity starts up once again, and the events only seem to get worse as Tammy, her cats, and even her dog are terrorized by the dark presence in her home.
So he's literally been standing there now for about 10 minutes. Won't come when I call him. Hasn't moved.
That's a cat for you.
Just keeps staring in here.
Looks like everyone's profile pic on Twitter who believes in
kinda
cryptocurrency explosions. Like the fucking laser eye profile pics.
Tammy's cats seem visibly spooked by something we can't see. And as her cute little doggy is alone in the kitchen, a fork suddenly launches from the dishes in the kitchen sink and lands in an empty frying pan.
It's a spoon, bro.
Another area in Tammy's
Who makes these videos? Like, it's like the dumbest people of all time.
Kitchen.
It's like they don't even watch the videos.
It's
a spoon. It's a spoon. Like, quite literally, like, I feel like they don't even look at the videos that they put in these compilations, and they just guess. Like, it's crazy. Everyone who does these videos is the same thing. You remember when we watched the real gnome sightings? Or was it pixies? It was either pixies or gnomes. And the guy was like, this looks like a gnome sprinting across the road. But it was actually just like a normal guy who was walking. It's crazy. Oh, was it goblins? It might have been goblins. Not Chills, though. Yeah, Chills is just insufferable to listen to. Yeah, I can't watch any of his videos. I just can't stand it, so I don't know too much about it.
Dishes in the kitchen sink and lands in an empty frying pan. Another area in Tammy's new Texas home that seems to attract a lot of supernatural activity is her bedroom, where she keeps a collection of antique dolls, old photos, and clothing in a wooden and glass display cabinet.
No! Oh my god.
Over the years, Tammy has captured countless motion-activated videos of terrifying activity in her home, and she begins to share her videos online on TikTok for the world to see. She immediately begins to receive a lot of attention from concerned paranormal fans as she frequently uploads her haunting experiences.
Not to be a blasphemer or a non-believer. I just don't know who watches these and is like, oh my god, this is serious. Like, let's say, okay, let's go ahead and say all of this paranormal shit is real. Ghosts are real, she is haunted and everything. Does she have anything to fear when all the ghost can do is move a sink faucet from right to left? Like, at that point, you know, what's the big deal? They can kind of move a doll's arm a little bit. It's like, okay, I'm haunted by the most pussy demon of all time. Yeehaw. That reminds me, someone sent me an email today and I didn't know this. You guys remember the bloody egg witch talk thing we did? Apparently, like I said, it got kind of big on TikTok because a lot of people who believe in witchcraft were using it as evidence to like confirm that it's real. That like, oh my god, Charlie is actually cursed. But it turns out Matt just pranked me. Well, one guy took it so personally, he thought I did it on purpose to attack the witch talk community. He's apparently been just going on like a ton of video rants about how I've like made a mockery of witch talk or something. I forgot to look into that. I'm gonna make a note to do that. Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Ruthie. Yeah, this just reminded me of that. I wanted to share it.
Tammy's horror, the unknown entity that she captured on camera in her old home, seems to have returned with a vengeance.
It does seem quite angry. Thanks for some Admiral Green Bull and the Prime Zago. The arrow's not red. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. Amateur.
A strange mist seems to appear in Tammy's kitchen, living room, and bedroom. Creepiest of all, the same pale figure that she captured on camera in California seems to appear in her new Texas home's bathroom mirror. So what do you think is going on in Tammy's home? Could a dark entity have made a connection to her and now be following her from home to home, never stopping?
Well, she's got a friend.
I leave it up to you to decide. You can watch all of Tammy's paranormal...
Let me see what the comments say about that one. Daichan's footage was one of the creepier things you've covered, no doubt. Okay. I'm
experiences
excited.
Over on her TikTok page, The Haunted One 36, and her YouTube channel, The Haunted One. Leave and die. Popular Japanese ghost hunters Kachan, Daichan, and Yasuke from the YouTube channel Clip Store are contacted by a viewer who tells them the story of the historic Sabukawa village in Miyazaki Prefecture, Japan. The small Japanese village was built way back in 1597 in a remote area high in the mountains. The mountain village had no roads and was a bit dangerous to travel to. So by the mid-1900s, many of the villagers began to leave the settlement. By 1989, the historic 400-year-old Sabukawa village was completely abandoned.
Nice.
An anonymous viewer tells the ghost hunters that a few years ago, a friend of hers went to visit the decaying and empty houses of Sabukawa village, deep in the mountains. The urban explorer told her that he was confronted by an angry old couple who seemed to be living in the abandoned village.
Okay.
Strangely, they told him to, quote, leave and die.
They just sound like
only
angry
6
old
months after
people.
his journey to the village and the bizarre meeting, the man passed away. Now, the viewer says that as inaccessible as the mountain village is, it seems very unlikely that an old couple would be living there all alone. So considering the odd encounter and the man's subsequent death, the viewer is convinced that the people that her friend met were actually angry, vengeful spirits. The Clip Store team sets out to investigate whether the abandoned Sabukawa village might be haunted. When they arrive at the location, they realize just how hard it is to reach the town. They have to leave their car and continue hiking on foot. After they finally arrive at the village,
it was built
the
in the
team decides to
1500s.
split up and meet back
Didn't really account
in
for
30
roads.
minutes. They all set timers on their phones and go their separate ways to explore. In the dead of night, Clip Store host Gachan discovers the ruins of an abandoned school. What happens next is downright creepy.
Is it Prime Roddy?
Yeah.
Top 5 people who summoned a demon. Okay.
傾いてるしな。え？傾いてるしな。え？
This is horrifying.
走る足音みたいな人。え？え？は？え？めっちゃ。誰？
It's those goddamn angry old people again sprinting around the school.
誰もいるわけないけどさ。
Gachan discovers that the building is on the verge of collapse, but still from somewhere inside, he hears the sound of someone running, followed by the loud bang of something slamming or falling.
物音すごい。お、何？タイマー鳴った。いや、
Oh
めっちゃ
my
物音したな。
fucking god. This is horrifying.
30分経ちました。
I am actually pretty close to crying like a big old baby.
Gachan's timer
Title
alerts him
isn't
that the
wrong.
30 minutes are up, and then there's some strange loud bang from inside the creepy building that seems to agree. Gachan returns to the entrance of the village where he finds fellow investigator Yasuke. The two
Dead.
guys wait for their friend Daichan, but he just never
he's fine.
shows up.
Oh, he's
the
dead.
guys start to get worried and decide to go look for him. After a long search, they finally find Daichan in what appears to be a long abandoned house.
Missing 5 fingers.
大ちゃん？大ちゃん？大ちゃん？え？大ちゃん？
Daichan is confused and possibly dehydrated, just sitting there as if in a daze.
Possibly
but his
dehydrated?
camera is still recording.
What?
Fearing for Daichan's health and safety, they decide to just get out of there and make the long hike back to the car. Later, when they look back at Daichan's captured footage, they are shocked to their core. Daichan seems to have encountered something absolutely terrifying.
Oh my god, I'm not ready for
This is the footage from Daichan's camera.
I'm gonna cry like a big old
それで
baby.
は大ちゃんは今からこの山の上に登ってこの家め
It's
ちゃ
gonna be
くちゃ綺麗じゃん
15 old people having an orgy.
今まで見た家より一番綺麗なんやけど誰も住んでないよね結構しっかり残ってる
Oh!
仏壇
Oh my god!
神棚置いてある家があるめちゃくちゃ足場がある
It's going to be the faceless old man. His face has been replaced by a scary demon pig. Oh my god! Yeah! His foot? It's sucking on his toes! It's a horny demon! Get out of there! Well, you didn't drop your camera, you gently set it down. Did you forget? How much more can be left? How haunted is this place? Show yourself, you son of a bitch. Now we're ready. What was that? Like, actually, I literally couldn't tell. What? Thank you, Brian. Cheered, Lord of Ghosts, and Drew in the resub boxing water. Is there... They're just pointing at anything now.
A bizarre pale face staring
That
back
was just
at him from behind a door.
It was like a towel.
In shock, he stumbles back and falls, but when he gets back up, the mysterious creepy face has disappeared. But then, as he turns around, he sees a man wearing a traditional Japanese robe.
Is that what that is? A traditional Japanese robe? It just looks like a sheet. So what, he saw these two scary things and then entered the fetal position and then got dehydrated over the course of a couple of minutes? Man, this guy's survival instincts are fucking trash. So let's just assume for a moment this truly is an evil, traditional robe-wearing demon man. This guy's defense is to sit down and set his camera gently on a pillow next to him and he waits? What is he thinking?
Kneeling at a Buddhist altar on the other side of the abandoned home. Later, when his friends find him and Gachan walks outside, the same terrifying apparition of the man in the robe can be seen at the window.
Where?
Just watching him as he leaves.
It's just the window. I don't see it's just the window.
So did the Clip Store team capture real paranormal activity in the abandoned Sabukawa village? Let me know what you think. You can watch this entire two-part investigation with even more scary paranormal moments over on the Japanese YouTube channel, Clip Store. Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at nukestop5@gmail.com. Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. Now, if you watch Nukestop 5 for very long, you know all about the YouTube channel Ghosts of Carmel, Maine.
And
but for anyone new, here's a quick recap. So a man named Kent Burris says that he and his family live in a house that is extremely haunted by multiple ghosts. Over the years, Kent has posted over 100 spooky paranormal video captures to his channel, Ghosts of Carmel, Maine.
Okay, there he is, in the window again. You guys say something or do something. Oh my god! No.
Okay, we've seen this guy before.
Now, in Ken's
I would like to say something about this guy. I think this guy's the best out of all of them. It's very clearly like maybe a father-son project or like him and his friend, but Every single time we see him, it's kind of the same thing. So he'll be like filming his TV, and then he'll look away, and then he'll look back, and then it's someone in like a morph suit, and he's like, "What are you doing here, bitch?" And then it like moves at him, and then the video cuts off. It's really fucking good. I like this guy.
Series, he plans to spend 72 hours all alone inside his haunted home, as he believes this might ramp up the paranormal activity and also make the incidents easier to verify.
This video is about being alone in the Lamb house for 72 hours. Because when you sleep in this house and you know there's other people in this house, you know, you question whether something is paranormal related, but you're not sure because there's other people in the house or the cats are in the house. Now, during this 72 hours, the cat stayed out on the porch the whole time.
Throughout the day and night, Kent captures multiple strange EVPs throughout his home, and some of the messages are truly disturbing.
Are you in the kitchen now?
Edmund von Monk? The man who made the Scream painting? I think that's the guy who did it. What does that mean?
And some of the supernatural EVPs that Kent captures even seem to be chilling threats focused directly at him. Now, as Kent is recording EVPs, he is also capturing video. When he reviews his footage later, he realizes that he captured something else in his house. Something absolutely horrifying.
Now, when I was doing the captions on these EVPs, I noticed something really strange by the steps. Well, I went to brighten it up
and
just to check it out.
Appreciate the generosity, man. Thank you. Oh, it's gonna be a ghost doing his dishes for him. Oh, shit. There he is. That fucking bastard.
A dark figure with an odd distorted face seems to be peering at Kent from around the corner of a doorway, but it's so dark that he doesn't even notice. Later, Kent heads upstairs to film in his bedroom, but he suddenly hears an odd, unexplained noise right behind him.
Now, when I go through the door of the bedroom, I hear a strange sound behind me, and I turn the camera around really fast. Now, I didn't see anything there, but out of curiosity, when I was going over these recordings, after I saw what was captured on the stairway, I also brightened up, lightened up the recording when I spun the camera around, and there was another strange anomaly captured.
What did we see?
Kent hears a noise, and as he spins around, he captures an unexplained shadow that seems to descend the stairs and disappear from sight. So did Kent capture evidence of the paranormal in his home?
Yes, he did.
Check out his full 2-part series over on his channel, Ghosts of Carmel, Maine, and decide for yourself. Viewer videos. News Top 5 viewer Jordan By sent in a video that he took while on an exploration trip to Bodmin Moor in Cornwall, England. Bodmin Moor is a very remote 80-mile stretch of land that is full of eerie legends and historic abandoned properties and ruins. The area is so remote that Jordan and his friend James Wheeler had to walk 3 hours into the wilderness just to find it. Middle of no side of years ago. But what do you think this could be? Let me know down in the comments. In another creepy video, Newstop claims that he and his friend James were the only ones there, and he believes that the face might belong to the restless spirit of Charlotte Diamond, the girl who lost her life there so many years ago.
What?
But what do you think this could be?
What do I think what could be?
Down in the comments.
It's like a fucking stovetop.
In another creepy video, News Top 5 viewer Giannis tosses back away from the and doesn't even notice and has no idea what he's just recorded as the little face seems to just duck away from the window. The explorer
it was probably Charlotte Diamond.
Claims that he and his friend James were the only ones there, and he believes that the face might belong to the restless spirit of Charlotte Diamond, the girl who lost her life there. So
Things a bit Leipzig.
This claims that late one night, that night, property. Explores immediately.
That was good. Very scary. Very spooky. Yes, indeed. One day during one of these YouTube nights, we're gonna watch one of these stupid fucking scary videos, and it's actually going to be real. Like, genuine, unexplainable, frightening proof of the paranormal, and I'm just going to immediately write it off. Thanks to resub Sabbath and Flash. And the resub Whitey and the dollar Poopski. Thanks to the Prime Puka. Scary people filmed in real life. Actually, how about... Who died on America's Got Talent? Wait, what? I remember that happened to one guy, but I don't know about 5. Thanks to the Prime Doctor Who.
Welcome back to Most Amazing Top 5. My name is Jack Finch, and today I'll be your host as we cover 5 teenagers who summoned a demon. Now, sometimes some things are just better left alone. We've all heard stories of friends practicing with Ouija boards. Maybe they witnessed a glass fly across the room, but you know, do you ever really believe them?
Yes.
A lot of kids these days
every time, in fact,
have a pretty overactive imagination, and it's easy to get caught up in the mysticism of the occult. But in reality, none of them are going to be accidentally summoning Belial or the Demogorgon, or are they? Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Leave us a comment of any creepy Ouija board stories that you've had. Without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Coming in at number 5, we have the sinister story of Clara Jumana Sele. In 1906, Clara was a student at St. Michael's Mission in South Africa. She was reportedly an orphan of African origin, but had been baptized as an infant, and at just 16 years old, Clara made a pact with Satan. She later went on to reveal what she'd done to the overseeing priest, Father Horner Erasmus, but in an account written by a nun, it was already too late. Clara was reported to be able to speak in languages that she had no previous knowledge of. Witnesses reported that she could speak and understand Polish, German, French, and any other language that they could throw at her. It was also reported that she had become clairvoyant, revealing many of her neighbors' most intimate of secrets.
She became a superhuman.
On top of this, she had seemed to have gained an extraordinary strength and a violent temper. She threw nuns around the room as if they were dolls, and it was reported that her screams resembled a savage beast, with one nun reporting that they sounded like a hellish choir. Well, the priest soon stepped in, and Father Erasmus performed an exorcism on Clara. It lasted an incredible 2 days, and at the pinnacle of the ritual, Clara was reported to knock the Bible from the priest's hand and attempt to choke him with his own shawl. Next up at number 4, we have the bizarre story of Ronald Doe. Now, people claim that the story of Ronald Doe is the true inspiration for the classic horror film The Exorcist. The story begins in the late 1940s. Ronald,
The Exorcist is a movie that still
time,
holds
was
up.
traumatized by the loss of his beloved
I don't
aunt,
remember ever
Harriet.
seeing
His
the
aunt was
movie,
a spiritualist,
but every time I
who had
see
a
clips, I'm always like,
fascination with
wow,
the occult,
that does
and
look
she
pretty
taught him
fucking
many
gross.
things, including how to properly use a Ouija board. You know where this is going, right? Hoping to contact his recently dead aunt, Ronald set about using the Ouija board to make contact with her. Well, someone else picked up the call. In early 1949, Ronald began to experience strange things. Scratching sounds coming from around the house, water dripping out of the walls, and then he witnessed his mattress flip over by itself. Scratches began to appear on the boy's body with the letter X, which led priests to believe that he'd been possessed by 10 demons.
Whoa.
That's pretty lucky. After
Damn,
months
yeah,
and
that's a
months
lot.
of grueling exorcisms, Ronald
Whole
actually
fucking football
survived the
team.
ordeal after reportedly witnessing a vision of Saint Michael defeating Satan's armies on a great battlefield. Good job. Bringing us in at number 3,
Wait,
we
what?
have the tale.
This is boring. I thought there could be like videos or something of it. It's just telling us stories. I want to fill up my water though. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. And thanks to the Prime Bug Cat. Hey, I'm fucking back. It's the resub Alan, Captain Sunshine, Jim Bob, and the 10 gift subs Chance. Thank you for that. Thank you, Chance. Alright, scary people filmed in real life. Oh, we've seen this. Yeah, we watched this one. Thanks for the resub, Sweet and Low. Next Prime, Big Spike. The manga that makes you a better fighter. I've already seen that one. Isn't that, what is it? Don't tell me. It's like, it starts with an H. It's like Hajime no Ippo or something. It's not Baki. I don't think. I know what video you're talking about. I saw it. There's a Prime Ghost Reaper. Any new Darman? I'm sure there is, but I don't feel like watching Darman right now. Thanks to resub Gorgasmic. You know what I do feel like watching though? I really do want to watch the Summoning Salt Mario Kart one. I didn't get to finish this one. I forgot that he posted a second one. I didn't finish this. I love the first one, and I started the second and I never finished it, I guess. Mario Kart Wii is like one of the most interesting fucking games that I've never played.
Mario Kart Wii has some ridiculous shortcuts. Grumble Volcano, Coconut Mall. For speedrunners, there's certainly no
God, it's so good.
I covered many
and
of
the
these
science
in a video
behind it
a
is
couple
so
of years
crazy.
ago. Tricks known as ultra shortcuts. However, since then, a revolution has taken place. Since 2019, ultra shortcuts in Mario Kart Wii have been discovered at a rate never before seen. Many of them are only theoretically possible, using inputs so precise they can't normally be done, but they break the game in ways unimaginable to most. This is the story of the ultra shortcut revolution.
I never played Mario Kart Wii. The Wii is the only console I've never owned. That and the 3DS, actually. But I know Mario Kart Wii had the fucking craziest AI.
So, what is an ultra shortcut? Well, naturally, it's a shortcut that skips a large portion of the track. But as you'll see in a minute, there's actually a bit more to it than that. From 2008 through 2018, courses like Mushroom Gorge, Wario's Gold Mine, and DK Jungle Parkway had shortcuts discovered so players could complete them in under a minute. They were performed in a variety of ways. In Mushroom Gorge, you ride on a wall around the finish line. In Wario's Gold Mine, you bounce off a pipe to the track above. And on DK Jungle Parkway, you fly high in the air and clip through a wall to the end of the track. Over the course of about a decade, massive shortcuts like these were discovered at the rate of about one
I was never interested in motion controls. I just didn't care.
But surely, more and more of the game's 32 courses had ultra shortcuts discovered. For years, that was the state of Mario Kart Wii. And then, in 2019, a revolution began. For a multitude of reasons, ultra shortcuts were discovered more rapidly than ever before. They all had to do with the game's faulty checkpoint system, and to see how it works, we're going to look at one of the most broken tracks in Mario Kart Wii. This is Sherbert-Land.
Sherbert! This one's pretty cool. I remember this from the first video. I'm assuming it's completely different now. They've probably been this fucking level inside out.
This course is a massive
Go wild
loop,
on it.
and obviously the programmers didn't want you to skip any significant portion of it. So they built an intricate checkpoint system into every track to try to prevent that. On screen now is the checkpoint map for Sherbert-Land. All of the blue lines represent normal checkpoints, which are used to tell Lakitu where to place you if you fall off. Those can be ignored. The green lines, on the other hand, are key checkpoints. These are the ones that really matter, and you can think of them as boxes that extend all the way until the next checkpoint. The red starting line also acts as a key checkpoint. The game wants you to drive through all of these without skipping any in order to give you credit for a lap. The way it does this is with a counter that updates as you drive through each key checkpoint. On Sherbert-Land, there's 8 key checkpoints and the finish line, which counts as Region 0. So as long as your counter is at Region 8 when you cross the finish line, you'll get credit for the lap. The game also has a failsafe to make sure you don't skip any key checkpoint regions. The only key checkpoint regions that are loaded at any time are the region you're in, the one in front of you, and if you're in the key checkpoint box itself, the region behind you is loaded too. A region has to be loaded for your counter to update to it. So say you're here in Region 1, and you try to skip ahead to Region 3. Well, the only other region loaded is the one in front of you, Region 2. So when you drive through Region 3, it won't be loaded, and the game's counter won't update. And since you'll drive through the finish line with the counter at 1 instead of 8, the lap won't count. So skipping any large portion of the track isn't doable. Another failsafe the game has involves the finish line. If you ever go from the box right in front of the finish line
it's
to the
big
box
brain
right
to
behind
figure it out, but
the game will subtract
when it's explained
the
to
lap
you, it all
from the
makes
total.
sense.
That way, you can't just go through or around the finish line to the end and complete it for a free lap. So, since you couldn't skip any key checkpoints, the only possible shortcuts seem to be small corner cutters. The game's checkpoint system did its job, but it had one flaw. One major, game-breaking flaw. If you start any shortcut from key checkpoint region 0, right in front of the finish line, the key checkpoint box behind you is still loaded, region 8.
It's elementary, really, when you think about it.
So you can skip a massive portion of the track, and as long as you started in that first box, your counter can still be updated to region 8, and the lap will count. Shortcuts that abuse this specific glitch are classified as ultra shortcuts. And sure enough, Sherbert-Land has one that's possible. This is the Sherbert-Land Ultra Shortcut.
God, the ultra shortcuts are so fucking satisfying.
Doing a trick known as a wall clip. By backing up, using a mushroom, and doing a wheelie to get at least 5 frames of airtime and adjust your bike's rotational angle, you can run into the side of certain objects to clip high into the air. This has a variety of uses across the game, but back in July 2015, a player named Blaze figured out that you could wall clip off of the finish line pole and land far enough back to respawn a bit behind the finish line. You can see from the checkpoint map what's happening. You start in the box in front of the finish line, then need to land in a specific spot in this checkpoint to respawn. Then, since key checkpoint 8 is loaded, you need to turn around and go touch the box to update the game's counter before driving forward to the finish. A lap could be completed in under 20 seconds. For a few years, people took turns lowering the 3-lap world record, and by late 2017, it was a 1:43 by a runner named
but that's kind of pussy shit. I want to see it under a minute.
However, was that it could only be done once per race, since the act of respawning takes your mushrooms away, which are required to get the wall clip in the first place. So, if you could somehow do this ultra shortcut without respawning, then that would be huge. And it seemed like that should be possible. By angling your bike to the left more, you could make it back to the track without a respawn. But doing so would cause the lap to not count, because of yet another failsafe the game has. The 95%
self-destruct device.
The game actually keeps track of how much of the course you've completed when you enter each checkpoint. Or at least, the game's best estimation of how much you've completed. If it ever sees you skipping more than 95% of a track from one checkpoint to the next, it won't count the following lap. Now, the game actually isn't that great at tracking this in most cases. In courses like Grumble Volcano, for instance, where you're clearly skipping more than 95% of the track by going on the rock, the game only registers you as skipping about 83%.
Oh,
so the trick works.
Wait, how do they get that
but on
math?
Sherbert Land, since you have to cross over this checkpoint to land on the track, the game thinks you went from 0% to 97%, meaning the 95% rule was not satisfied and the lap wouldn't count. For years, the 95% rule prevented the non-respawn ultra shortcut from happening. But in May 2019, a tool-assisted speedrunner known as Swear got an idea. The game's percentage of completion updates any time you enter a checkpoint. So you could drive ahead to the next checkpoint, then re-enter the first checkpoint from further ahead, at about 2% completion. Then, if you manage to wall clip and land on the track while your completion percentage updated to 97%, the 95% rule would be satisfied and the lap would count. So, Swear got to work at creating a tool-assisted speedrun of Sherbert Land. A tool-assisted speedrun, or a TAS, is a type of speedrun where the player uses tools like slowdown, save states, and frame-by-frame to create higher levels of gameplay.
The way he breaks it down makes it really simple to follow,
On May 21st, 2019, he and fellow tassers Akari, CF, Luke, and Thomas released their 3 out of 3 Sherbert Land TAS, with 1 mushroom used on each lap to just barely land on the track and have the ultra shortcut count. A run clocking in at just 35 seconds. So, the focus turned to doing this normally in real time, or RTA. On May 16th, Bryce managed to hit the no respawn version, but used 2 mushrooms in the process and could only do it once, getting a new world record of 140.
Ooh, yuck.
Just over a month later, Taylor would improve the record to 129 by doing the 2 mushroom no respawn method on lap 1, then using his last mushroom to do the wall clip again and land in the water for a lap skip. This same method would be improved over the following months,
looking good.
down to a 116 by Arthur, which is where the record stands today.
Oh, son of a bitch!
As of now,
no sub 1
has
minute.
hit the 1 mushroom no respawn lap skip in real time, even once. Arthur got pretty close in
until now. I'll do it. Fuck it.
With his front tire hitting against the edge, but he couldn't make it. So, given that, doing this 3 times in a row like the TAS does seems out of the question. Right now, it looks impossible. But who knows what the future of Sherbert Land holds? These Sherbert Land developments could be considered the first major events of the Ultra Shortcut revolution. Over the following several weeks in mid-2019, discoveries went dormant for a bit while players worked on improving various world records. But in July, seemingly out of nowhere, possibly the craziest day in Mario Kart Wii history took place.
T-Pain set a new
Remember how
record.
I mentioned before that ultra shortcuts in the past had been discovered at the rate
He
of
beat
about
Sherbert
1 per
Land
year?
in 5 seconds.
Well, during these 24 hours, there wasn't a new ultra shortcut discovered. There were 3 of them.
Woo!
Call it a ridiculous coincidence.
Makes me some pale.
Call it a culmination of years of effort from the community. Whatever it was, the end result was incredible. On July 11th and 12th, new ultra shortcuts were revealed on N64 Bowser's Castle, Shy Guy Beach, and Koopa Cape. Bowser's Castle was first, being revealed on July 11th, and it looked quite similar to the one on Sherbert Land. This shortcut was first theorized by a tasser known as CF, and successfully tasked by Luke with help from a handful of others. It began by doing
such a huge community.
Impossible trick known as rapid fire hop abuse. The game needs your bike to be on the ground for at least 2 frames to update its rotational angle. By alternating pressing and releasing the hop button every frame, or 30 times per second, you can ensure that your bike is only on the ground for one frame at a time, so your bike's rotational angle will never update. This can only be done in a tool-assisted speedrun. Then, once you get near this wall, you can release the rapid fire hop abuse, causing the game to quickly update your rotational angle and slam your front wheel into the ground. You'll briefly fly into the air, allowing you to get over the wall next to the finish line.
Jesus Christ.
And then doing a wall clip, you'll fly high in the air and down into the lava. This ultra shortcut works just like the one on Sherbertland. These checkpoints extend out a bit into the lava, so it's possible to land in them even without making it to the road. So once again, you can land out of bounds, respawn on the course, then go back to hit the last key checkpoint and finish the lap.
Am I seeing Venom 2 this weekend?
Even though the shortcut was similar in structure to Sherbertland, the rapid fire hop abuse made it TAS only. It was impossible to do this humanly.
Until now.
The second shortcut, on the other hand, was humanly viable, but it has quite the background. The same day the N64 Bowser's Castle Ultra shortcut was discovered, a player named Breakson posted this gif of wall clipping off a bomb. Right away, CF realized the massive potential this had. If you could clip off a bomb right in front of the finish line and land somewhere back here, you would then be able to touch the last key checkpoint and get an extremely fast lap. The bombs in Shy Guy Beach operate on a cycle, with bombs landing and exploding at the same times in the same places each time you play. And coincidentally, right when the race begins, a bomb lands in front of the finish line, exactly where you'd want to clip off of it. So naturally, that's
it's like Nintendo wanted them to do it.
But every time they tried, the bomb would explode just too soon. Luke was able to get close with the TAS, but it exploded frames too early every single time. So, CF's original TAS was for the second time the bomb landed there. But that meant waiting for over 3 minutes.
Whoa, that's worth it.
Without any hopes of beating the 3-lap world record. But you could still beat the single lap record. By driving to the end of the first lap, then waiting until 3 minutes on the timer, you could quickly start the second lap, then wall clip off the bomb to the end of the lap, and smash the fastest lap world record. And later the same day, that's what players were doing. Justin became the first player to set a world record with the Ultra Shortcut.
Congrats,
with
Justin!
A 20-second lap.
Let's go!
And he chose to spend his 3-minute wait by eating an entire pack of Oreo cookies.
I am eating with no milk, by the way.
A couple weeks later, this method would be improved in a TAS by EJ. By starting the clip sooner, you could clip off the back of the bomb to shave a fraction of a second. Although it was more precise, this method would ultimately be brought to RTA runs as well.
You taking him out? Okay.
The current lap record is a 16.9 by Jack Gluson.
No, hold on 1 second, don't mean to blue ball you. I'll be right back. You going to bed? Not that I remember. Love you. Alright, I'm back. Alright, we'll just refill.
One of the most bizarre looking tricks in the game. So those were the first two shortcuts, both discovered on July 11th. They both involved wall clips, flying high into the air to skip a lap. But just a short while later, the third ultra shortcut in 24 hours was discovered. And this one was the craziest of all. Welcome to Koopa Cape.
This doesn't look too crazy.
The credit for this one goes to Blaze, being revealed in a TAS on July 12th. You start by going to the half pipe in front of the finish line, and tilting the nose of your bike down. Then you start the rapid fire hop abuse to keep your back wheel in the air as you move forward. By releasing it, you'll get slammed into the ground again and launched high in the air. The rapid fire hop abuse alone makes this humanly impossible, but in case it didn't, this next part would likely take care of that too. By angling your wheel up while in the air, you can then do a wall clip and land inside the barrier while still technically being on the track. Then you maneuver close to the finish line with extreme precision and fall off the course. When you respawn, you're behind the finish line and can finish the lap.
That's big!
As this trick stands right now,
you found this Blaze?
It's certainly not humanly viable.
I always knew he was
Getting
destined
across
for
this
greatness.
gap seems to be impossible without rapid fire hop abuse. So until a way around that
Koopa
is figured
Cape shortcut is now humanly
no
possible
human
using
will ever
another
perform
strat.
this outside of a TAS. So those were the three ultra shortcuts discovered in.
You said Justin was the first to do it? The Justin, the boy wonder? Let me see. This is all TAS. Which one? Where? Did you lie to me? Where is it? He did it with TAS. He fucking lied to me. Thanks to the bits, dong. It's the first one? This one? This is a cool map. I just kind of want to watch the run now. Thanks, Yusuf Gremlin. Nice.
Rapid succession. Including the no respawn shortcut on Sherbertland, that made it 4 ultra shortcuts discovered in 2019. Never before had the game seen a period of discovery like this. There had been years in the past with multiple ultra shortcuts found, but never had there been 4 separate ones. The next several months of 2019 came and went without any new discoveries, calming the scene for a little while. And then came 2020.
What a good year, am I right?
2019 may have been an incredible year for Mario Kart Wii, but 2020 really was the year of the Ultra Shortcut. And it all started just 9 days in, on N64 Mario Raceway. This one has to do with the wall in the center of the course. Players knew for a while that if they could somehow get inside of it, they might be able to maneuver around in it to get a lap skip. Issue was, it has a massive invisible wall that extends upward in the sky. Any attempts to get up inside of it would be blocked by this wall. But in early January 2020, a player named Jaden pointed out that a section of this wall by the mushroom
so where do they
extended out
where do they
the
get
wall,
this kind of like
and the
blueprint?
bottom here has no hit detection. So if you could somehow go through this section of the invisible wall, you could land inside the setup.
This from data mining?
And a player named Snoop figured out how to do that in a task, wall clipping off of this mushroom. From there, she then had to get to the end of the lap. You essentially have to go around the rest of the course while in the wall but still touching the road. Doing this is beyond precise. You have an incredibly tight space to work with. There's a point midway through where you have to turn more than 90 degrees to the left, and a player named Charlie figured out that to turn that far, you have to go extremely slowly and do a standstill mini turbo while in the air. This tedious movement continued for a while, but Snoop eventually got to the end of the lap. She then backed across the finish line, used a mushroom, and fell off the track, then respawned and drove to the end for a 19-second lap. This incredibly precise portion of the shortcut was developed by Jello Puff. You have to go from this box right in front of the finish line to this box back here, without touching this box between, or the lap won't count. It requires a perfect angle, but it can be done. This obviously can only be used for lap runs, since the setup takes far too long, and the best known task is a 16-second lap, published by EJ but with contributions from a plethora of players. But here's the crazy part. Technically nothing here is humanly impossible. There's no rapid fire hop abuse, and that wall clip at the start can be done. Even the movement inside the wall, as insanely precise as it is, technically none of those moves are strictly humanly impossible. So, will it ever be done?
Nah, humans are cringe.
Conventional speedrunning logic says that anything theoretically possible will be done eventually, but it's hard to say if that applies here. Most in the Mario Kart Wii community don't see it as a humanly possible trick, even though none of the moves themselves are technically impossible. Right now, it just seems a little bit out of reach. The next shortcut, on the other hand, is absolutely out of reach. This is Dry Ruins.
Nah, I believe we can do it. I want to find something that only humans can do, the machines can't.
Let's start by looking at the checkpoint map. As with most of these shortcuts, the goal
Surely
is
there's
simple.
something we can beat
you go
machines
from the
at.
box in front of the finish line,
besides like the
out
obvious.
around the finish line and out of bounds, then respawn, turn to hit the last key checkpoint.
I said besides the obvious, yes, we can beat machines at shitting.
The key to doing that is getting around the finish line. But here's the problem. Around the course is a massive invisible wall, highlighted here in blue. You can't get around the finish line checkpoint without getting past this wall, and it just goes up and up. So that was the big challenge. Figure out a way to get past the invisible wall. Blaze took it upon himself to solve it. There wasn't a way to go through the wall, but Blaze had another idea.
Go under it.
He was gonna try to go over it.
Oh, fuck.
Enter the super grind.
Other end of the spectrum. I was pretty close.
A super grind is a form of rapid fire hop abuse. You do the normal hop inputs on every other frame, but add in alternating between neutral and a direction on the control stick. This causes your horizontal speed to build up as well as changing your bike's rotation. So when you eject off the ramp, you get sent high in the air. By then doing a wall clip off of the rock, you go even higher and can eventually make it up over the invisible wall and out of bounds. The rapid fire hop abuse makes this impossible to do humanly, but on January 16th, Blaze managed to get a 27-second lap in a task. That made it 2 ultra shortcuts discovered in January 2020. just 1 month into the year, and 2 more tracks were already broken. The discoveries did slow down for a few months after this, as February and March came and went without any new ultra shortcuts. But in April, the 3rd ultra shortcut of 2020 was revealed. And this one had been in development for a long time.
Oh,
this
10 years
is
maybe?
Bowser Castle 3. To start, we have to go back to July 2019, when Justin came up with a rough idea for an ultra shortcut that would barely save any time. At the end of the lap, you could hop up on the wall and wall clip to cut this corner of the track. Issue was, you'd be skipping the second to last key checkpoint. Your tracker would be at 5, then wouldn't update to 6, and since region 7 isn't loaded, the lap wouldn't count. But luckily, Justin had a way around that, skipping the first key checkpoint too. This might seem counterintuitive, but think about how the checkpoint system works. By skipping region 1, the game thinks you're still in region 0, meaning the last region is loaded too. So, skipping region 6 is inconsequential since the only other region loaded is region 7, and the counter updates once you get there, allowing for a successful lap.
Woo!
This same idea of skipping the first checkpoint to allow for a later skip was already used on Maple Treeway, so it wasn't a new concept. Justin's idea for skipping the first checkpoint involved wall clipping off the finish line, but that ultimately wouldn't end up working. The angle you would need to approach the pole wasn't viable for a wall clip, so that idea was ruled out. The next day, Benny theorized another method. It was actually possible to wall clip off of certain blocks. You can very precisely fall off the side of these blocks, then do a wall clip off of them to get launched far forward. And as Snoop figured out, this method was viable, but only if you use the spear, the fastest bike in the game. Even with the second clip later, the lap was still slower than the non-shortcut record, since the spear's poor drift cost too much time. The non-shortcut task to beat was 36.656.
Oh, we can get that down.
If someone could get a time under that, then this would officially be a new ultra shortcut. Estaloy 62 and Curio would later prove that the first skip was possible with the Flame Runner, the bike typically best for getting fast times. That opened the door to maybe turning it into an official ultra shortcut, but when Akari and Monster lowered the non-shortcut task down by half a second in October, that put a bit of a damper on things. But a few months later, a group of taskers came back. They felt that if they could just find a bit of time to save, they could make this ultra shortcut a reality. So, they got to work. The time to beat was 35.936.
Oh, there he is! Thanks to bits again. Necro Bob. Thanks to resub West Michigan. Thanks, man.
On April 26th, the final task was published, a 35.743, just ahead of the non-shortcut lap record. EJ was technically the first person to beat the non-shortcut task, after finding the faster way to turn for the second skip, but the final product had contributions from Estaloy, Curio, Malio, Marth, Monster, Rocky, and Snoop. A remarkable journey from many members in the community.
Pretty useless shortcut,
in a new ultra shortcut by the slimmest of margins. The 3rd of 2020. Now, none of these 3 had been done humanly, but just seeing ways that a task could break courses was amazing. Still though, there wasn't anything new where you could pick up a controller and perform it.
Did his jaw
That's
get
what
stuck?
The discoveries of 2020
nah, I yawned and it gave me like a headache.
But in July,
I don't know why.
An interesting development was made to an old one. Waluigi Stadium had an ultra shortcut from back in 2015. You did a massive jump up high to skip the first key checkpoint, then performed rapid fire hop abuse to clip through a zipper and skip part of the course. It was an impressive shortcut, but the rapid fire hop abuse made it task only. End of story.
Makes the bits a good necro,
right?
Bob.
Well, for years, players have been working to make this shortcut humanly possible. One of the earliest efforts was from a player named Sam F. His idea was to jump in the air, hit off the top of the finish line banner, and pass through an invisible wall to later in the track. This finish line banner is technically a horizontal wall, and whenever your bike contacts one, it's temporarily able to pass through all other walls. Although Sam couldn't make it to the track with his method, using the banner for the invisible wall would be explored years later. In January 2020, Justin and Benny came up with a variant of the original task method. You'd do a mini turbo for speed, reach the top of the banner, and use it to clip through the invisible wall, all without using a mushroom. Then, upon reaching the track, rather than doing the rapid fire hop abuse to clip through the zipper, you do this.
Whoa! Holy shit.
Believe it or not, this second part of the shortcut was viable. It was the shroomless banner clip at the start that the community was unsure of. Even with the precision of a task, you'd just barely have enough speed to make it to the track.
Groceries.
So this version was put on the back burner. But then, half a year later, Jello Puff proved that Sam's original method was possible to do in real time. The key was using the bullet bike, and using a task to perfect the angle and drift. Once again, nobody knew for sure if this was too precise to do humanly, but the inputs themselves weren't impossible. Players tried to do this for a few days, but ultimately nobody was able to hit it. Back to the drawing board. Until EJ came out with this method 5 days later.
EJ again, huh? Oh.
It was similar to Justin and Benny's method, but had much more leeway. You would use a mushroom to make it up to the banner, then clip to the left and have your front tire hit the dirt. By then hopping, your bike will bounce to the right, just enough to make it to the course. You could then turn around, hit the last key checkpoint, and finish the lap. Right away, people figured this would be humanly possible. The question was, who would pull it off first? Well, just 3 days later, that question was answered. The player's name was Logan, and he managed to time the hop perfectly and land out of bounds to get a 1:48 3-lap record. This was effectively the same as the task version, but he had to waste some time getting picked up rather than landing right back on the course. This record would eventually be lowered to 1:43 by not having to respawn, but there's still potential to take quite a bit of time off
Mike.
It's possible to do this shortcut 3 times in a race,
it's a memory leak,
using 1 mushroom per lap. But given the difficulty of doing this just once, it's a bit of a long shot. There's also been attempts to hit Sam's original method, which would be faster, but nobody's been able to yet. If either of those 2 tricks are hit, Waluigi Stadium's record could still be crushed. But as it turns out, the improvements to old strategies weren't done. Let's take a look at Ghost Valley 2. This one is pretty small, but looks impressive. The original Ghost Valley 2 shortcut was discovered in 2009, and involved doing a wall clip off the finish line pole to skip further in the track. But 6 years later, this shortcut would be improved by, of course,
Logan.
None other than Blaze.
Justin, fuck.
After landing from the first wall clip, you could turn around and do a second one off of these blocks, skipping to the end of the lap. The checkpoint map shows how this works.
Makes you so bizarre.
By leaving from the finish line box, the game still thinks you're in region 0. So skipping to later in the track is no issue. As long as you go back to hit the last key checkpoint, the game thinks you drove the lap normally and counts it. The only issue with this shortcut was that it only saved a fraction of a second, since you used all your mushrooms and couldn't do a normal wall clip on the other laps. Even though the second part was humanly possible, doing it fast enough to save time was tough. For years, nobody was able to do it in a 3-lap record. But finally, in October 2020, Logan did it.
Yeah, I knew he would.
Beating the old record by just 1/10 of a second. And to this day, nobody else has been able to pull off both wall clips in a world record speedrun. So that makes 5 ultra shortcuts or ultra shortcut improvements pulled off in 2020. These shortcuts have a wide range of human viability.
I might play New World tomorrow, we'll see.
Some are tricks humans can regularly perform, like Shy Guy Beach or Ghost Valley 2. Others will never be pulled off in their current state. Courses like Dry Ruins have tricks that make them impossible. One of those TAS-only shortcuts was N64 Bowser's Castle. I mentioned before how this trick involved rapid fire hop abuse to get over the wall. Alternating tapping the hop button on every other frame 30 times per second isn't humanly possible. So, any trick that requires this can't be done outside of a TAS. But remember what I said before? The rapid fire hop abuse made it TAS only. It was impossible to do this humanly. Was impossible. Keyword was. In November 2020, TASer CF came back to take another look at N64 Bowser's Castle, looking for a way to bypass the rapid fire hop abuse. And sure enough, he found a way to make the ultra shortcut humanly possible. This is the barrel roll.
Oh, new tech?
This was a trick discovered the same year the game came out, back in 2008, but wasn't fully explored until many years later. You have to go up on a wall, then do a wheelie while you slowly fall over the edge. If done properly, your bike then enters a state where the game won't try to correct the bike's rotation as long as you stay at a low speed. Then, while in the barrel roll state, you can line yourself up with the finish line pole.
Happy birthday,
By
Oscar.
using a mushroom, the game will try to quickly correct your rotational angle. And just like with rapid fire hop abuse, this causes your bike to snap back to normal, allowing you to go over the wall and clip off the finish line pole. The end result is exactly the same as with rapid fire hop abuse. Difference is, now you don't need to button mash like a TAS. But doing this trick was still unbelievably precise. You needed to get the correct bounce, be lined up perfectly with the pole, then get a big enough clip to make it all the way to the checkpoint. 3 variables that, despite technically all being possible, needed a miracle to all line up in the same
And that's why we have Logan.
Who was crazy enough to try to get all of that?
Logan.
The answer, of course, was Logan.
Yep.
This was the same guy who first pulled off the Waluigi Stadium shortcut outside of a TAS, and who first got the double wall clip on Ghost Valley 2. He had also gotten dozens of other records over the course of a few years, so he certainly had the skill needed to do this. But this was one of the hardest tricks ever discovered in Mario Kart Wii. These were his attempts in the winter of 2020.
He gets it first try.
No way. No way. No way. Come on. Give it to me. No. I crossed backwards.
Wait, what happened?
I crossed backwards.
I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know what happened. But god damn it! Fuck, why? Why do good girls like bad guys?
I don't think they care about shortcuts. I think we just did it. I think we just did it. Oh no!
Shit.
No! No!
He's not happy, I'm not happy.
It. What? No. Turn out on this. I need a new track. Never mind. No, come on, please!
That's the one. That's the one.
Oh, come on.
What the fuck? It's rigged.
Logan's long grind had finally paid off. You could see the top 10 times in the world at the start of his record video. Everyone had a low 231 or 230, except for Logan. He was alone with a 220, a full 10 seconds ahead.
Yeah, but it wasn't filmed on Twitch, so it doesn't count. So.
To this day, nobody else has been able to pull it off. As more time has passed, more old ultra shortcuts thought to be impossible have had new methods discovered. Koopa Cape is an example of this. Recently, Justin found a way to implement a barrel roll to do a wall clip and get out of bounds without needing to do rapid fire hop abuse. This setup would later be improved by EJ, but despite this, it's still unclear if it will ever be executed outside of its ass. The precision needed is beyond nearly every other ultra shortcut in the game, and although players have tried, nobody has come close to hitting it yet. Now, there's
we
still
did just watch someone do
we
that,
have
so
to
they
talk
did figure
about,
it out.
and you probably know which one it is. This
Rainbow
is
Road.
Rainbow Road.
I called it. I actually finally got one right. Whee!
This shortcut's legacy is unrivaled. Rainbow Road's ultra shortcut is a trick that perfectly exemplifies the community's effort, and this story around it is simply incredible. It all started back in March 2016,
Thanks to Prime Joshi
when
and the
Tasser
resub Rex.
Estoy62 posted
course,
a
man.
video to YouTube.
Hope
Rainbow
you had a good
Road,
stream.
new ultra shortcut. This video was a task where Estoy went forward, then turned around in front of the railing. She then got some speed and hopped, barely balancing on the outside of the railing. By using a mushroom and performing a spin drift, where you drift to the right while holding left, she managed to spin far to the right while getting a lot of airtime to move further ahead. She then angled the nose of the bike down to get a nosedive, causing a big bounce that threw her over the edge. Finally, once she was halfway to the other side, she used a mushroom for speed and held back on the controller to fall slower. She made it across, and had just cut out almost the
Is there a
entire
reason
lap.
why every runner uses
Now,
Funky
these
Kong?
inputs on their own are super tough, but the locations of the checkpoints means this is even more precise than it looks. When you move forward to go behind the railing, you leave key checkpoint
Just
0
OP.
and enter key checkpoint 1.
Top tier character.
However,
best
you need
stats.
to ultimately leave the track from region 0 for the lap to count. So one of the hardest parts was making it back far enough to nick the corner of region 0 before flying off the edge. But if you managed to pull that off, all you needed to do was drive forward through the last key checkpoint and the lap would count. Chaining all of these inputs together was beyond precise. For years, nobody made any real progress on pulling off Estoy's shortcut. On the task side of things, however, there was one possible improvement. See, Estoy used all 3 of her mushrooms to make it across the track, and shortly after it was discovered that you really only needed to use 2 of them. One right before the spin drift, and one to provide speed to make it to the other side. Unfortunately, even using just 2 mushrooms meant you could only do this shortcut once per race, since you just have 1 mushroom left over. But what about taking it a step further? What about doing this shortcut
no mushrooms
with just 1 mushroom?
Oh, fuck.
Well, if that was possible, that would mean you could do the shortcut 3 times, once per lap, to finish the race in under a minute. For years, it seemed out of the question, but in late 2020, Tasser started taking a closer look at it. On November 21st, CF made a task that used 1 mushroom before the spin drift, then just barely made it to the track without using a second one. He did it, but the lap didn't count. The reason why was because he didn't go far enough back to enter region 0. This step was much harder than it looked. Going far enough back involves delaying when you launch off the edge as long as possible, which means your mushroom will run out faster. CF used the Quacker to help him, since it gave better bounces at the cost of a slower speed, but still wasn't able to make it far enough back. What
I like
this
that there's
run
like a whole
did
meta
do,
for the
however,
vehicles.
Was inspire Malio to start attempts of his own. Malio is a well-known tasser of Paper Mario, Mario Kart Wii, and various other games. In late December 2020, he turned his attention to Rainbow Road, trying to become the first player to create a 1 mushroom task of the Ultra Shortcut. he didn't know if it was possible. So all he could do was sit down with the task and try over and over.
Oh, he's discovering some things in there. Oh,
oh my god, this might actually happen.
Yes.
Holy.
So this is what a task looks like, huh?
Holy fuck, that's so close. Oh my god. This is happening, this is happening, this is happening.
Oh! Thanks to resub Alex and
Hello, summoning salt.
Jockey.
Alright, now I have to make it.
Play the next frame. Oh, yeah.
On December 28th, 2020, Malio proved that the one mushroom ultra shortcut was possible. Rainbow Road's ultra shortcut could now be done on each lap. The course is done. Mario Kart Wii did its best to make players drive normally, but thanks to the efforts of so many in the community, it was overcome.
Is there anything like this in Mario Kart 8?
Has been fully broken.
I doubt it. I already know there's
not. But what about on the non-task side of things? This 3 out of 3 one mushroom method is considered 100% humanly impossible. Partly because of its precision, but partly because Malio briefly did rapid fire hop abuse as well. That rules out any human ever performing the Rainbow Road Ultra Shortcut 3 times in a race,
so, yeah.
and beating the course in under a minute. At least for now. But what about the normal Ultra Shortcut? Well, after Esteloy discovered it, this trick was assumed to be humanly impossible. Community members proclaimed that it would never be done, because the precision was way beyond other Ultra Shortcuts. Each step of the trick had its own set of insanely precise inputs that would need to be performed. For years after its discovery, few serious attempts were made at landing it. But as more and more of these other incredibly difficult and precise ultra shortcuts were hit, Rainbow Road's legacy just grew bigger and bigger. It became the holy grail of Mario Kart Wii shortcuts. So, by 2018, the quest for the Rainbow Road Ultra Shortcut began. One of the first serious contenders was King Alex, a player with a long career who's held numerous records over the years. He posted a video in August 2018 of some of his closest attempts. There were some nice runs, but they all either didn't have enough rotation or had too small of a bounce. They all ended in him falling well short of the track. In 2019, he did more attempts. This time, the closest ones died because he hit the out-of-bounds planes. These were close to reaching the road, but once he hit the plane, all of them stopped dead in their tracks. Still, these runs looked close enough to the task that some serious excitement was brewing in the community. By late 2019, more players were trying. In November, a player named Taylor had probably the closest call so far, making it really close to the track. But ultimately, Taylor too fell short. In April 2020, esteemed world record holder Justin had an attempt that looked extremely close, but he hadn't gone far enough back to hit Region 0. So 4 years after the Ultra Shortcut was discovered, even though there had been somewhat close calls, players still weren't quite doing all they needed to do to hit it.
The players
but in November 2020,
goddamn,
players would get some help
quality
when
gamers.
CF released his task with the Quacker. I mentioned before how this helped get a 3 out of 3 task since the Quacker gives bigger bounces, but this improvement would also help with the normal shortcut. A bigger bounce meant there was a higher chance of making it to the road, which did help a bit. So now, there was new life for the Rainbow Road Ultra Shortcut. More players than ever before were going for it, each of them wanting to be the one that would go down in history as the first to pull off the most legendary shortcut in Mario Kart Wii. And on December 6th, 2020, Arthur did this.
Arthur?
But the lap didn't count.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
He had just missed going back far enough to reach
You
Region
stupid
0.
dummy.
A YouTuber named Winbag4 posted a demonstration that had a green line to represent where Arthur needed to go for the lap to count. As you can see, he barely missed nicking it, so the checkpoint didn't update. This tiny distance was how close Arthur came to making
He hasn't
history.
slept since.
The very next day, a player named Core became the second person to cross the gap of Rainbow Road. But he too didn't go far enough back.
Oh my, these idiots.
It seems that he was a few pixels closer than Arthur to
God.
hitting Region 0, but he still didn't reach it. That was 2 players in the same week who made it across the gap, but just couldn't get the lap to count. And a short while later, a 3rd player made it across, Happy with Sugar. He too reached the other side of the road, but wasn't far enough back to get the lap
Let's go
skip.
a little further, guys.
And unlike Arthur and Core, Sugar would go on to repeat this feat 5 more times.
Oh, wow, that's
leaving
rough.
him with half a dozen skips that didn't count a lap.
Yeah, y'all see that? It's number 6. It's not a lap count. Don't get too excited.
That was the real hard part of this ultra shortcut. Making it across the gap was tough, but doing it from Region 0? That was another story. Despite all of these close calls, none of them were able to get the lap to count. Weeks passed.
None of them except
2021 began, and still nobody had pulled it off. At this point, the Rainbow Road Ultra Shortcut had stood the test of time for 5 years.
No one's done it?
Thousands of attempts from dozens of different players. In my first Mario Kart Wii video, I made a sincere statement. The Rainbow Road Ultra Shortcut would one day be pulled off. The only question was, who was going to be the author? Well, turns out, I was pretty close.
Oh, it was Arthur! Thanks for the resub, Alyssa. That's cute. Of course, Rob.
Oh my god! Oh my god, guys! Clip that! Clip that! Clip that, guys! Oh, wait! Wait! Guys, I did it! I did it!
Now do it again! Do it quick! Oh. Coward. I'm not impressed he only did it once. I'm not that impressed. If he did it twice... Okay, then we could talk. You can only do it once? We can find a mushroomless variant.
If you enjoyed, it would mean a lot to me if you could share the video with 1 to 2 other people. It goes a long way on YouTube. Also, the pages for those who helped me make this are in a pinned comment, so check them out if you're interested. Thanks.
It's always so good. Summoning Salt is nothing but fucking bangers! Is Arthur still the only one to pull it off? Or has anyone else tied it? He's still the only one? Oh, Logan beat it. Man, Logan is so nutty. Such a fucking clinical nutcase. That guy just fucking goes wild. He has like every world record. Series of Davey. One day I'll bring my old glitching clan out of retirement. What did I used to call us? I think I called us Chaos Glitches. Back in Gears of War. I think I still have some of the old videos up. Let me see. It was just me. I don't know why I say what I called us. It was literally just me. I tried to start like a gaming clan revolution. Let me see. Give me 1 sec. Did I delete all of them? Oh my god, I actually did delete all of them. I probably will agree. I stream pretty much every day. I thought I still had a couple of the old glitch videos up besides the jetpack. Thanks to resub Colby. No, Wayback doesn't have any of my old videos. I've checked thousands of times. I get so nostalgic trying to find all my old shit, but it's just nowhere. That's why I never believe people when they say when it's on the internet it's forever. If that was true, I'd be able to find all my old montages and glitch videos. Chaotic Perfection, do you remember Map Monkeys? Yeah, of course I remember both of them. Chaotic Perfection had that guy named Tedious Shooter, and every single glitch video he used to make had Lolita's Medicine playing, which is a great song. I tried to kind of like hijack Chaotic Perfection, so I called this like Chaos Glitchers or something like that. It was really unfortunate for Chaotic Perfection because they were using the abbreviation CP, and now that's just used for child porn, which is probably why they like retired that name if I had to guess. I really wish I could find all my old glitching videos. Yeah, so their entire glitching clan had CP plus their name. It was very unlucky once they started adopting that for child porn. Thanks for the gift sub, Giant Douche. I really thought I still had a couple old glitch videos up. There's one, for some reason this one really jumps in my head, is one I still have up. It was called Ultimate Pusher is what I titled it. It was actually a glitch I found. And yep, I removed it. Son of a bitch. I took all these videos down because I had songs in them. And I was worried like DMCA would take down my whole channel. This was back 10 years ago. More than that, it was actually 12 years ago now. Actually, even more than that. It would have been 2008, so 13. What a fucking shame. Yeah, of course I've seen M1 Medieval. Thanks for the bits, Giant Douche. Thanks to the Prime Bando God. The bits again, Giant Douche. You should check out the new Nickelodeon All-Stars character showcase. It's actually really good. You won't be disappointed. The curse continues. Whenever someone says you won't be disappointed, they're always wrong. I've already watched it. I was pretty disappointed. I love the idea, but the execution to me isn't that good. So I watched both the Lucy Loud and Leonardo showcase they posted today. Oh, actually, this was 5 days ago.
Of the level-headed leader of the ninja with a relentless flurry of attacks. We'll begin our study of the ninja arts with Leonardo's
I'm definitely gonna play it, but I'm not as hyped as I once was.
Is horizontal slash. His slide up is vertical slash. When pressured,
there's just one sound effect, very little animations, no voice acting at all.
And his leg down is leg sweep.
It's just a little disappointing.
Let's go over Leonardo's aerial light attacks.
And Leonardo's they don't really use the full Nickelodeon catalog very well.
His slide up air is aerial vertical slash. And his slide down air is down slash. Because of these attacks' range, speed and angle,
No, the gameplay I think will be good. 100%. They have wave dashing and everything.
Leonardo's light dash attack is Shell Shock. Let's move on to the attacks that would make Master Splinter proud. Leonardo's strong attack. Leonardo's strong neutral is dual horizontal slash.
They don't have a budget.
His strong up is
yeah, I know, which is a shame.
Slash. As you may have noticed,
they somehow got licensing right for Nickelodeon, but still didn't have a huge budget.
And his strong down is scissor slash. Use this right when your opponents are about to grab the edge. Let's talk about Leonardo's air strong attacks. Leonardo's strong neutral air is
tier 1
aerial dual horizontal slash. His strong upper is dual hit. He sacrifices a bit of range in return for a bit more knockback. And his strong downer is aerial scissor slash down. Use it as a second mix-up option to spike your opponents. Leonardo's strong dash
is gonna be dead in a month. I guess we'll see. I don't know much about Slap City, but apparently a lot of people like Slap City.
That is played better than in his special attacks. Leonardo's neutral special is Niteng ni Chiryu. This attack can be charged for greater damage. Also, if you trigger it the second time, it will convert into another attack depending on the direction being held. Leonardo's up special is Endless Screw. He starts spinning in a deadly sword tornado that lifts him.
Yeah. Love the idea. Maybe if they keep like updating it, they can really get it like fleshed out and kind of wild. But yeah, I gotta say, the showcases have been a little underwhelming to me. I love the idea, like the core gameplay mechanics. It's just, I don't know, it just feels so, like, sheepishly made, I guess is the wrong word, but I don't know, it just feels like it's incomplete. It feels like this is the alpha, and they haven't started the beta yet. It's just, yeah, empty, I guess is a better word. Just no voice acting, one sound effect, very little animations. Thanks to resub Luthmore. And another gift sub, Giant Douche. A tier 3, man. Thank you. True holy memes. Yeah, we watch Kabaddi, Akira. Kabaddi's great. Thanks to resub Rhino. What year did you post those deleted videos? From 2006 to 2009, I used to, well, yeah, 2009. I used to post like glitch videos and montages. I already contacted YouTube if they still exist somewhere, if I could retrieve them. They said no, it's too late, like it's been too long. They're not on archive.org or anything either, so there's just nowhere for it unless some crazy person back 13, 14 years ago decided to save all of them. Like download and save them. Thanks to the bits, Giant Douche. A recipe for normalcy. I would actually pay good money if someone could bring those videos back, find them for me. I would love to have my entire catalog back. I want to see all my old shit. I used to even make a couple machinimas and a few AMVs. I would love to have all that back. I would pay quite a bit of money for it.
Well, in the Wilkes-Barre area didn't let the cool weather, or shall we just get
Prime Salty Biscuit.
Cold weather, stop them from coming together this evening for good times and good ethnic food. This comes as we hit the 1-year mark since Pennsylvania saw its first case of COVID-19. WBRE 28, WYOU 22 Eyewitness News reporter Nicole Rogers shows us how this small event served as a sign of hope for locals.
Some good music, fresh hot food, and a community itching for time outdoors. the house and...
Hey, why don't we just bring
Why did you just recommended your fucking local news segment? Okay. Fuck yeah. Thanks to resub Chupacabra. We've already watched the Shin Kicking World Championship. Why do you keep saying Drake Bell responded to you? I highly doubt that, but here, I'll check real quick. I don't even know what there'd be to respond to. What do you know? He didn't. I don't know why I even bothered. Well, that took about 15 seconds. Thanks to the resub Slobby. I am continuing the achievement hunt, just not tonight. We did a Bayonetta 2 days ago. I was actually doing Bayonetta off stream today. I'm finishing it on hard off stream, and then I'll do the last 2 achievements on stream. So I'll have 2 left. It'll be the Infinite Climax and the last Angelic Record. And I'll get them both once I beat it on Infinite Climax, and that'll max Bayonetta. Thanks to the resub Sosazilla. And the resub Jin Shiriki. We already did the Super Mario 64 speedrunner who cheated. That was a very interesting story. I really enjoyed that one. Is there any other pretty wild cheating stories with gaming in general? Besides, of course, the classics like Clara? Whose toes are those, monkey? Yeah, I've seen it already. Give me I want a cheating one. Thanks to the Prime, Johnny Nani. Geometry dash hard level verify in? What? Thanks to resub, yeah. The biggest cheating scandal in Trackmania history we've already watched. Ratchet and Clank cheater? Okay, that didn't work. Nothing there. Osu TikTok cheater. Thanks for the 10 gift subs, giant douche. Goddamn, man. Thank you. Appreciate the generosity. Okay, let's check this one out. Thanks to the resub Kobe.
So excellent.
Okay, bro,
so
aim it
excellent.
right. Aim it right.
I can't aim my sword. I just can't do this.
Alright, so then do a fucking god. So then do a math that you just did a second ago. Do the same shit.
So are they exposing this guy right now?
Imitate a score you've gotten or something. I don't fucking know.
Do Angel with the shotgun, but SS it.
Shit, I wish that was an SS. That pissed me off.
Why would he agree to do this?
My fucking body.
Knowing full well that he was cheating, why would he agree to try and replicate this?
Alright, bro. If his act is ass, he's acting.
I don't know. The act is looking kind of slow. Oh!
I'm a little confused.
That entire thing.
Hey,
Is he missing? Oh, yeah, he is. My mic was blocking it.
Yeah, I don't know. The act is looking kind of dick. I'm not even joking. I don't know how I did it the first time. I swear on jaw, baby, on everything. I'm not hacking. I don't know how I did that.
I can tell you.
Dude, I know why. Because he had...
So this is just a live exposing of that guy. I want to know the history of it. Is this an explanation? Oh, it's 59 seconds. Probably not.
Space streams are just too easy, bro. Space streams are...
Thanks to resub Inkini and Tiger Strike and Yoshi. Can't click links, glitch donut. 4th vid or so down. This? This is just another meme. Alright, give me something else then. Melee Pichu cheater. Guy edited the melee mid-tourney. Whoa. That sounds pretty good. Cheating in competitive melee. That's awfully dubious. So in an actual tournament, this dude cheated? That's pretty brazen.
Cheating. We've all done it at some point. Whether it be looking at your friend's part of the TV while playing split screen, which you would normally do to find out where they were. Peering over your classmate's shoulder during a test, or peeking while playing hide and seek. Mostly innocuous things. Well, now it's time to learn how you could, hypothetically of course, cheat in something with merit. But first, I'm gonna need you to sign this official document stating you won't use this knowledge for anything malicious.
I appreciate that. Thank you,
bit at the
Biscuit.
bottom, don't worry about it. Just some legal jargon meant to fill the rest of the paper out. Nothing important. Great, let's get started. To get them out of the way, we'll go over some ban techniques that are technically cheating in a competitive environment. Of course, there are the obvious ones like turning off the console, unplugging your opponent's controller,
Yeah, I
or
would think so.
assaulting them. But there are a few in-game ones too, such as stalling. Stalling, as defined by the Melee recommended rule set, is excessively delaying the game or match.
Whoa, wait, that's a rule in Melee? I actually didn't know that. Ultimate needs this ASAP. Fuck, man. Ultimate desperately needs a stalling rule for Sonic. Holy shit, I had no clue. If this was implemented, Sandstorm probably would have made it further in the most recent tournament. That Sonic who just kept playing for time, he would literally hang on ledge and run away for the entire 7 minutes.
This can be done in a number of ways.
They need that.
You can stall with Peach's side special by using it against a wall, staying underneath the stage where almost no character can reach you, or by using Jigglypuff's rising pound, that is, angling her pound upward as to lose less height, far away or above the stage. You can also make use of the Luigi ladder in teams, which I've already shown off in a video.
Wait, that's fucking cool.
Or you can join the fun and use the most popular form of stalling, planking. In Melee, characters get 37 frames of full invincibility upon grabbing a ledge. Planking is the act of abusing this ledge invincibility, most commonly to maintain a lead on an opponent via non-interaction.
Okay, so stalling's a little worse in Melee than Ultimate.
Planking is
Ultimate just
notoriously
has
difficult
Sonic.
to contest with, and attempts
Holy
to
shit.
stop your opponent from planking often risk being killed yourself, or at least having your opponent's lead stretched further. And as some of you might have surmised by the clips being played on screen, with planking, the stalling rule hasn't been enforced as much as maybe it should have been. Perhaps because of its ambiguous wording. I mean, excessively? How do you quantify that? This
When
is
it gets
why in the
boring for
past few
spectators,
years,
I
a
would
sort
say.
of addendum has been made for planking. The ledge grab limit, as it's called, throws excessively out the window, and limits the amount of times a player can grab the ledge in a single match, most commonly to 60, with an asterisk. Because not only does
Who's
the
gonna
offending
count
player
that?
have to grab the ledge 60 or more times in a single match, the players also have to exhaust the match's full 8-minute timer for the rule to even come into effect. Meaning players can pretty much plank as much as they want, waiting for their opponent to make a mistake near the ledge or kill themselves, as long as the match doesn't go to time. If the match does go to time, however, the planking player loses the match regardless of stocks and percent. Stalling also comes in the form of continuing infinite combos past 300%.
When does this cover the
was
Pichu
mostly
player?
only relevant when the Ice Climber's infinite wobbling combo
I can't imagine
was legal,
what they do.
there are some other infinites involving the walls on Pokemon Stadium as well that also fall under this ruling.
That's not okay. Yo! This is so dumb.
On top of wobbling, however, Ice Climbers have another ban technique called the freeze glitch, which involves the computer climber grabbing and up or forward throwing an opponent, while the player climber uses side special during the computer climber's hit lag. Doing this right will, as the name suggests, freeze your opponent, though throwing them again will unfreeze them. This can either be used to stall or just as a much more difficult infinite for the Ice Climbers. But in either case,
I didn't know
it makes
half
sense
of
that it
this.
was banned.
Well, I guess
You might
because
have
it's
heard
banned, I
Melee
haven't
has
seen
no
it.
banned characters, but
I knew about
you're
wobbling,
wrong.
obviously.
You see, by using the name entry glitch, a glitch I went over a few videos ago, you can play as the only accessible banned character in the whole game. Why is he banned? Well, under rule sets which use percentage instead of stamina, the former being what's used in the standard rule set, Master Hand is completely unkillable, because you can't knock him into the blast zones to take away any of his stocks.
Yeah, you can if you're
And I
good
know what
enough.
You're thinking,
You should
yes,
be unbanned.
you can actually control him too.
Next resub Abnormal World and Knockout and Jalen and Jester.
More clandestine, treacherous, and much more difficult,
There's a
there
gorilla.
exist ways of altering the game itself in ways which only benefit the one making the changes. In tournament, for
Things are
money.
prime 6 foot.
As far as I know, there's only been one recorded case of this ever happening. It was in 2016 when a Pichu player from Ohio gave several not-so-discreet buffs to his character in an effort to perform better in tournament.
What was his
His
name?
method? Running a hacked version of Melee he had created on a Wii via an SD card. It worked, and the Pichu player began taking full sets from power
was
ranked
this?
players with his bottom
Cobra
tier
Commander?
character, collecting prize money while also generating some buzz. But something seemed fishy
He's
to
a
the people
huge
in
tier
his
3,
scene.
Peter.
For
Or
one,
Pete
he wouldn't play
Zerolio?
friendlies with anyone,
Thank you for that
nor would
massive
he
tier
agree
3.
to play a tournament set on any setup
Pete.
other than his own. On top of that, his VODs just looked not right. So members of the Ohio Melee community secretly took his SD card from his Wii, copied the Melee ISO stored on it, and did some testing. It was pretty obvious. When using a certain skin on port 4, the skin and port the player used in tournament, Pichu fell faster, had her hitboxes increased in size, some nearly 3 times what they were normally, aerials were almost lagless and didn't need to be L-cancelled, and F-Smash did 24% and killed at 35.
What the
He was
fuck?
banned.
Who was it?
Luckily, this kind of cheating isn't possible online due to client-side desynchronization.
That's
But as
crazy.
Far as a
What a
surefire method
genius.
of preventing this in person? Well, there isn't one currently. You could have people play on setups that aren't their
Easy
own,
tier
of
1 good
course,
guy.
but as a tournament becomes
And,
bigger,
5
this
gift subs,
becomes
Pete.
more
Thank you,
difficult
Pete.
to keep track of and enforce. And because many setups nowadays have Melee being played from SD cards or USB drives on Wiis, it isn't reasonable to ask that people only play on GameCubes. And besides, you can load mods on GameCubes with a memory card. I understand this video might be the proverbial can of worms, but if it is one, hopefully this is the can of worms that encourages a complete solution to this issue before someone cheats again like this, without one.
I'm really shocked he didn't give the cheater's name. I usually don't care, but when it comes to something like that, I want to know who it was. Like, do they still compete under a different name? What do they do now? How do you come back from that?
Hello, my name is Dan Salvato.
Hey, Dan.
And today we have something incredible to talk about. At a recent Melee tournament, there was a player who cheated by modifying game files on his setup in order to buff his own character. He took advantage of this to win money at the tournament. I'm not kidding, this is something that actually happened, and the Melee community is going crazy right now. I've been expecting for a long time that this would eventually happen. It's the ultimate can of worms that gives melee mods the worst possible reputation among both players and TOs. Players may refuse to play on modded setups, and TOs may refuse to allow them in tournaments. So we should just ban melee mods and stick to vanilla melee from now on. That's the best solution, right? Maybe, but here's the problem with that. As long as players are bringing their own setups, it's impossible for anyone to tell if the setup is actually modded or not. The number of ways to mod melee is so large that TOs really can't check for them all in a convenient manner. For the heck of it, I'll tell you every possible way of bringing a modded melee to a tournament. Number 1, modify the game disk ahead of time and load it as an ISO from a USB loader. Number 2, modify the game disk ahead of time, burn it to a backup disk, and load it on the console. Number 3, use an unmodified ISO.
This is the guy that made Doki Doki Literature Club?
Number 4, use an unmodified physical game disk and load it from Gecko OS, which injects cheat codes into the game. Number 5, use an unmodified physical game disk and load it on a GameCube that has been modded to inject cheat codes into the game. Number 6, use an unmodified physical game disk and use Action Replay to inject cheat codes into the game. Number 7, use an unmodified physical game disk and use Melee's memory card exploit to inject cheat codes into the game. So that means the only way to actually ban mods is to forbid players from bringing their own setups.
That's fine.
This might be possible at some majors, but that's about it. Almost every Melee tournament in the world is dependent on players bringing their own setups. This is one reason why I've put emphasis on having reputable, trusted mods that could be used in tournaments. If you can't avoid mods, then the least you could do is make sure a trusted mod is being loaded onto tournament setups.
So he's just offering solutions. I want to know who the cheater was. But no... 500,000? Oh, Fortnite. Wait, there was a Fortnite cheater too?
¿No se pira? No, viene.
Embrace your inner child at Japan's site of reversible destiny. Okay. Let me check that out.
No, ¿cómo estaba ahí, tío?
Buah.
Loco, escúchame. Estoy bugueado, loco, estoy bugueado. Ven, que se...
This is pretty blatant.
Mátalo, que me geneas,
Like, what did he expect to happen here?
Mátalo, que me geneas, que no me mata.
Pues soy por otro lado.
No lo sé, pero mata uno y después otro.
¿Pero por qué? ¿Por qué triste lo de que sigues ahí? ¡Tú, Marky!
He glitched.
Se ha pirado él,
It's a bug and glitch, not a cheat. I mean, he still shouldn't be allowed to continue. That's extraordinarily unfair. Does he win? Nah, no way.
I'm playing. But I don't know what you...
X Chaos was the guy who cheated with Pichu. Okay. I'm gonna check that out. God, this goes on for so long.
Click accept.
Okay, that was very underwhelming. Okay, next. Pichu Gate, Chaos, Super Pichu. Man, there's really not a whole lot of info about this. So how long did this go on for? How can they see? I mean, the TV is just fine for them. It's just recording a TV like this looks like this. I imagine it ends with him winning. Yeah, even knowing what I know about the cheats, it really doesn't look that blatant in a game. Because the game just moves so fast, you can't really see it. I guess the only time it would be obvious is when he lands a forward smash. Anyone could tell if they played a Pichu before? I mean, I guess maybe. I don't know. Thanks for resub Fallout Fire, Mayonnaise, and Brotherhood. New court cam came out yesterday. I don't need to catch up on it. We're not far behind. What was the cheat? He used a modded version of his character. And he increased the hitbox on some of his attacks and increased the damage they do, as well as added some like invulnerability or something, some iframes. Let me see what the court cam is. Judge reprimands man doing donuts in viral stunt. Okay, this is short. I'll check it out.
I've never witnessed such disrespect, callousness, and stupidity in my life.
That's Michigan District Court Judge Kenneth King.
That's got to be an exaggeration.
The person he's addressing is the driver of this orange Chevy Camaro. As onlookers cheer the driver on, he whips donuts on I-94, a major expressway leading into the city of Detroit. The viral stunt goes on for more than 10 minutes? A major traffic backup.
Jesus Christ.
The traffic, what you talking about? Be on 94 with it, baby.
The video floods social media and gets thousands of views. But police are not impressed by the highway sideshow and call for the driver to turn himself in. A week later, the man in the photos, 22-year-old Devin Crunk, does turn himself in.
Yes, Your Honor.
Devin does not look like the kind of guy to be doing donuts on a freeway. He looks like the kind of guy selling drugs to kids.
After getting picked up for driving with a suspended license, the judge at this bond hearing lets him know he's been following his case closely.
Unfortunately for Mr. Kronk, his judge watches the news.
After setting his bond at $5,000, Judge Kenneth King hits him with a dose of reality.
I've never witnessed such disrespect, callousness, and stupidity in my life.
Fighting back tears, Kronk tries to make an excuse.
I thought I had a license. I didn't see that.
Oh, if you only... That's the problem.
Even if you did believe you had a license, do you not understand
This guy's too stupid to be allowed back into general population, my god.
Kronk would plead guilty to disturbing the peace, and his reckless driving charge dropped. Judge King then hands down a sentence of 1 year probation with a long list of conditions, including an order not to drive, no use of alcohol or drugs, and 30 days community service.
Thanks to reset,
He
Himiko.
also gives Kronk a little advice.
Quite frankly, your actions up to this point have been reckless. You have to be a leader, sir, not a follower.
We on 94 with it, baby!
Thanks for being a fan of Court Cam.
Jesus Christ. That was pretty dumb. That was a pretty dumb guy. Alright, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna fill up my water. Well, that was sweet. Well, thank you for the kind words, Mike. I'm back. Thanks to the resub PH. And rather be camping. I'm sure we've seen those already. Top 6, top 8s of Court Cam, they just use the same ones they've already posted. But I'll check. We're already here. Oh, here's one.
Next, we go to a bond hearing in Miami-Dade County, where the presiding judge is Gerald Klein.
Oh, nice, you Wayne.
As he addresses the defendant,
maybe check that out.
Keep your eyes on the woman in the background, 24-year-old Nicole Babb.
There's a prime sauce god. Okay, I'm just not even going to take any chances. That's quite the play. I didn't think that it was actually just going to be raw. Thanks, resub techno. We've already seen Slap Mountain episode 4. Lawyers behaving badly, huh? Let's see if there's anything
We're off now
new.
to Raleigh, North Carolina, and the Wake County Courthouse. Visitors, attorneys, and employees of the court are entering the building and going through the main security checkpoint.
Where's the resub Big Adam?
As this man picks up his personal belongings from the container. Whoops. He has no idea he just dropped his wallet, and now he heads to the elevators. It's not until he attempts to pay a court research fee on another floor that he realizes his wallet is missing. Inside is $1,600 in cash.
That's a lot of cash to be carrying around.
Fortunately for him,
what is he, like a GTA
someone
character?
returns the wallet to another security checkpoint in the building later that day. Unfortunately for him, it's missing the cash.
Oh.
So security does some sleuthing. Moments after he drops his wallet, this gentleman makes his way through security and apparently becomes aware of the situation.
Wait, Agent 47?
He and the wallet head to the elevators.
What the fuck?
Just missing the wallet's owner. It looks like he's checking out the contents.
How would he possibly think he'd get away with this? This has to be the dumbest lawyer of all time.
A short time later, he's back in an elevator. You can see what looks like the wallet here in his folder. He gets off on the first floor and turns the wallet into security, minus the cash. He tells them he found the wallet in a bathroom. Security's able to track him down and arrest him.
What the fuck?
What's he doing in court? Defending someone. Because he is a defense attorney. He's convicted of misdemeanor larceny, and as a result, he's disbarred, fired from his job, no longer allowed to practice law in the state of North Carolina. Arrangements are made to pay back the $1,600.
What a fucking idiot. Holy shit.
Next, we go to a child custody.
He literally ruined his whole life over that.
After the judge makes her decision, the defense tries one last argument.
All right, let's go.
I have nothing more to say, and I want to hear from either one of you. I'm going to set the trial. I understand that. So sit down.
The couple's evidentiary hearing is postponed multiple times and has yet to be heard. Most attorneys
almost
tell
had her.
you it's a pretty smart idea to stay on the judge's
Failed the
good side
charisma
when
check.
arguing a client's case. What's not a good idea is to accuse said judge of serious judicial misconduct.
You know there was jury tampering Wednesday. You saw it yourself.
The man dropping that bombshell is Kentucky Commonwealth Attorney Larry Rogers.
Hey, Larry.
And on the receiving end is Judge Vernon Minyard. And he's not receiving it well.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Rogers. I've never tampered with a damn jury in my life. And don't you ever accuse me of that. Do you understand me?
I heard you, Your Honor.
You better understand me. Hey,
This is southern as fuck.
you better understand me.
Your Honor, there is an investigation. I will let you know.
Well, you investigate me all you want. I'm not scared of anything, because I have never done anything wrong.
You said you did.
Rogers is actually referring to another case he and the judge are involved in, which includes allegations of jury tampering and corruption in Russell County.
You just said if you become a witness, you have to recuse yourself in this matter.
I don't know what I'd be a witness for. All I did was, there were some jurors that had to be out.
Yell all you
I'll
want.
yell all I want. This is my court, and I'll do what I want. Do you understand me?
Damn, this guy's a judge?
I don't want to hear anything else from you.
Turns out the allegations had no merit, and Rogers himself would later be accused of prosecutorial misconduct in several cases, though those claims would also be dismissed.
This is my court, and I'll do what I want.
We're at the Jefferson County District Court in Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, that was underwhelming. I thought there was going to be like some kind of
arguments as to whether or not the
southern hootenanny throwdown kind of
should
deal.
be held in contempt of court for a failure to comply to a court-ordered drug treatment.
I mean, that's where we are, and the court should deny the Commonwealth's motion to hold him in contempt. We don't have any evidence.
Okay, what's the Kane's position?
Judge, this defendant 8 times over has failed to comply. I don't know why he's failed to comply. He's failed to comply because he doesn't want to do it. He's failed to comply because he doesn't want to pay for it. He's failed to comply because he's an alcoholic.
Okay.
Oh, hey, wait, nothing. Hey, now we're going a little far now.
Has shifted the burden to the defendant to show cause. Now, that's what he was supposed to do on August 29th, and he willfully failed to appear in court. Now, do I have to prove why he willfully failed to appear in court?
Thank you, Tier 1.
No, of course not.
Interfa and Tier 1 Grumpy Hash.
I'm sorry, I have an
And that's
objection.
why
And there's a blue Shinryu.
has shifted the burden, and he can.
What is your objection, Mr.
Notice
Harbeck?
to the Attorney
Mr.
General,
Fleck is
like the
arguing
law
things that
says.
are not in evidence. Mr. Fleck is arguing things that he doesn't know. Mr. Fleck,
I'm arguing things I don't know. I've forgotten more than you will ever know, buddy boy.
Mr. Fleck.
I object to that. I take great
I like that.
Somebody coming in here.
The amount of things I forgot surpasses the amount of things that you know, bub.
Behind the ears.
Mr. Fleck.
I've been doing this a whole lot longer than he's been
Mr. Fleck, have a
even
seat.
on this planet.
Okay, have a seat. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to recess until 1 o'clock. We'll see you back at 1 o'clock. Thank you.
Judge, I'll be here. I can't be here at 1.
You need to be here. You're ordered here to be at 1 o'clock.
Well, I'm supposed to have lunch with my mom in 1 minute.
Bring your mom and bring
you
your
want me
mom.
to call my mom and tell her I'm going to stand her up for lunch because of Mr. McAllister?
You can tell her you have to work. You want to make it 12. You can make it 1:30. But the court is going to work. I'm recessing until.
You're going to make me stand up my own mother, my 83-year-old mother, who's waiting at a restaurant for me to show up.
You know why? Because I think it's important for Mr. McAllister to get this matter.
What is it like? What is he trying to do right
Get it
now?
resolved. He had 9 opportunities to do so.
I understand that. We'll see you back at 1 o'clock.
Well, for the record, I think this is.
Mr. Fleck, we'll start when you are back here. So enjoy your lunch with your mother.
That's pretty
Lunch
reasonable.
with Mom, they're back in court.
We're still on the record. There's been a motion for contempt. Mr. Fleck, did you want to make a statement?
I do, Judge. I'd like to apologize for my outburst at 12:15. I think I was being needled by counsel incessantly, and the very thought of me standing up my mother.
Let me stop you right there. If you're going to make an apology, I don't need it. You don't need to talk about anybody else's behavior but your own.
I would apologize for my behavior, my outburst. The thought of my mother being stood up.
Just say you're sorry.
I
Goddamn.
have no way to get a hold of her. She does not have a cell phone. Was more than I could stand, and I reacted to that situation poorly, and I would ask the court's forgiveness. Deeply apologetic for my outburst.
Because of his outburst, Bob Fleck is fired from the county attorney's office.
What?
He's in custody.
Thanks to
There's just
resubration.
one problem. The defendant's lawyer is nowhere to be found.
Can you check and see if he's going to join us?
After a 90-minute delay, defense lawyer Joseph Caramango finally arrives in the courtroom.
Judge, I was heading east on Sahara Drive.
Oh, he's hammered.
And my car was undrivable. The person who hit me took off. And
Hit and run?
was a hit and run.
This guy is drunk as fuck.
Here I am.
I'm gonna tell you, be honest with you, you don't look right this morning. That's why I'm concerned.
Judge, my neck and my back is killing me.
His pussy and his crack.
Forward.
You don't think you need medical attention?
I think I do. I think I do, Your Honor. I may have suffered a concussion, Your Honor.
Because you hit your head?
Because of the whiplash, Your Honor. I've had multiple concussions before.
You've had multiple concussions.
Yes, Your Honor. But I feel like I can go forward.
You know what? Can I just see everybody back in chambers?
Behind closed doors, Caramango meets with the judge and is assessed by a courthouse nurse.
In the record reflect that Mr. Caramango is back in the courtroom. He has been checked out by the nurse. Now, the nurse said you told her you got hit from behind and then you hit a car in front of you. Hey, you left that part out with us.
Yeah, I did, Your Honor.
So you also hit a car? So it was a double hit and run.
I guess.
Wait, so he just confessed to a crime.
Suspicious of Caramango's story, and the prosecuting attorney isn't doing him any favors.
My observations were observing him that there was clearly something wrong with him. I noticed he was slurring his speech. I noticed he seemed unsteady on his feet. And when actually Mr. Caramango came back into the courtroom, he seemed very unsteady on his feet as he walked by.
Well, surely the nurse would notice if he was drunk, right? You would think.
Things only get worse for the defense lawyer when the judge orders him to take a blood alcohol test.
I think you have a concussion. I think you're dazed and confused and can't tell a straight story because you're too intoxicated.
I admit that I did have drinks last night, and I lost my grandmother about 2 weeks ago. I've been under a lot of pressure, Your Honor. I'm well aware of that.
So if you came to court intoxicated, you have a problem. Do you understand me?
Your Honor, I can represent as an officer of the court. I am not intoxicated.
Okay. So just go ahead and blow. Let's get it over with.
Just run for it. Bro, just run for it. It's over. The charade's over. Just get the fuck out. Make a break for it. Then hop on a motorcycle and peel that bitch out.
I am stone sober.
Mr. Caramango, if I was you, I would just be quiet at this. Okay, for the record, your blood alcohol is a .075.
Even though his blood alcohol content is slightly below Nevada's .08 legal limit for driving,
what?
The judge has had enough.
I have no desire to ruin your reputation or anything. We'll deal with it. I'll give you an opportunity to get it together. But at this point, I cannot absolutely allow an attorney to proceed.
The judge declares a mistrial, and Joseph Caramango's law license is put on disability inactive status. He's prohibited from practicing law in the state of Nevada and has not petitioned the state Supreme Court for reinstatement.
Thanks for being a fan of Court Cam. Subscribe
What a
to
wild
A&E
twist.
to never miss a new video. And
I did not expect that. Wow. Wow, he got fucking lucky. Holy shit. Oh my god. Thanks the resub, right, bro, and Aaron. I feel like a .08 is still pretty high to be driving. Is it like that in Florida, I wonder? It's actually a .08 in Florida as well. It looks like that's the norm. That's 2 beers. I mean, I guess call me old-fashioned. I don't think you should be driving if you've had, like, any amount of alcohol where it's having a noticeable effect on you. I guess that's kind of controversial to say. I don't know. Thanks to Prime Utility. Thanks to the bits Krillo and the resub Shido. A .08 is about 4 to 5 drinks. Well, yeah, I think the guy was just exaggerating with 2 beers. You can get convicted at a .04. But you can... Wait, what? You can get convicted at a .04. But I guess... I'm not even going to bother. I don't understand then how that guy got off so easy. Thanks to the Prime Kermit. Korean calligraphy artist creates large-scale works of art. Thanks to the bit Silverhand and Krillo and the resub Skullface. The subtle art of emography. Oh, I forgot about that one. That'll probably come up with this. Yeah.
Perceptions.
Nice. Yeah, I'll watch Squid Game at some point. Thanks to resub Gamer Man. Squid Game is whack. Okay, well, I haven't seen it yet. The idea of it sounds cool. It depends on the night, Taha. No set time. I've already seen all the Barbie downhill Jeep racing. Lol, try Nelk. What, you like their PR guy or something? Why do you just keep recommending Nelk? What, are they doing something different now? Are they doing some cool shit? Let's see. Stealing angry golfer's balls prank. Yep. If I was 16, I'd find that incredible. Darman have anything new? Darman posts like 1,000 videos a month now, man. Of course he's got some new shit, but I don't feel like catching up tonight. Trisha Paytas did a Darman ripoff. Sounds about par for the course. Five speedrunners banned from games done quick. Pretty much every speedrunner gets banned from GDQ at some point. Though I do want to see Veritasium's new video. Someone just reminded me. Something about bowling. 28 minutes on bowling balls? Okay, maybe we save this for the next YouTube night. That's kind of a big one. Yeah, Veritasium's got some bangers. Have you seen the best of Chase of War? I think so. Someone recommended that at some point. Thanks to resub Sag. Can you watch Hold It In? It depends. Is that like a fetish? World's... Oh yeah, we watched the World's Most Expensive Nannies. That's like some actual Kingsman shit. They go to like some kind of crazy secret agent school.
You are looking after their most prized possession.
No. Shaking. Your hands are shaking.
Got the adrenaline going.
They're like taught how to fight and shit. Well,
chosen,
kind of taught how to fight, and then like a lot of other shit. It's crazy.
Getting them into this, they really do come out of themselves.
It takes 4 years to become a fully qualified Northern nanny. 3 years of study, followed by a year's placement with a family.
But it does look cool. Yeah, I'm getting fucking tired. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks everyone for tuning in. To everyone who donated, big thank you. New subs, welcome aboard. That sub means a lot. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate the generosity. Enjoy the emotes, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks again, everyone. I'll toss you to Steve tonight. He's doing open lobbies. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great night. See ya.